Hey, everybody. Long time no see, right? That's what I get for doing one show right ahead of the next. But welcome to a very special CAF update. This is number 97, if you can believe it. So it's hard to imagine. But as you saw at the beginning of the show, Heritage Auctions is the sponsor of the CAF update. Now, I was talking with them really for the last 3 or 4 months about different things that they could work with me on. And this was one of the things that was on their list. And I said, well, there was content that I wanted to do for a while. As I assume many of you got the email that I sent out earlier today that kind of promoted the CAF update. So I just want to draw more attention to it. We have a lot of fun during the show. It's typically it's me flying solo talking about CAF and the hobby, and I just felt like there needed to be some more emphasis and things going on with the show that I felt were more about the hobby and having Heritage pop in and say they wanted to be a part of it in some small way, made it easier for me to say, all right, I'm going to spend more time on the CAF update. I mean, not that I don't already spend enough time on it, but it's fun working on the show, and putting together the email today was an interesting thing for me to actually kind of block out what I wanted to talk about hours and hours before I actually sat down to bring things together. So as Chris Snork says, it's the beginning of a new era tonight. Yeah, indeed. But it's all going to be familiar to everybody, but fun. We've got definitely a very interesting show tonight. As I mentioned, we're going to do an unboxing of the artwork that Next Comic Art did for the sketch event that we did during Comic Art Live. I'm going to show off some slides from pieces of artwork that Tatiana's artists have done and that 4C also had done. The artwork is beginning to ship. I mean, obviously, Next Comic Arts are in my hand right now, and they will start shipping probably beginning either on Saturday or Monday, just depending on how fast I can get everything packed up and ready to go. I have gotten a few emails from people asking, what the status was of these sketches and when they were going to be delivered. From my emails with both Ken from 4C and Tatiana from TD Art Gallery, I can tell you that Ken shipped out Aranga's artwork today, and those 3 pieces. And I know that Tatiana's been shipping the pieces out as she gets them. So, and we'll see those in a little bit. But so they are going out. I mean, it could have been a little faster. We're working on it. At the end of the day, things are, I guess, probably where I should have expected them to be. But it's all good. We have a lot of work here to look at from Next Comic Art, and I have Jiggy in the green room. So let me bring Jiggy in here because we're going to do this together. And then we're actually going to do a commission opportunity after we do the unboxing tonight too. So hey, Jiggy, how you doing?
Hey, Bill. Wait, I'm okay. I'm not checking if I'm not on mute, so that's good.
No, you're not on mute. I would have been yelling at you if you were on mute. No, you're fine.
Yeah, I just nursed the flu, so sorry if I'm not as chipper as I am as usual.
That's all right. I'm glad you're able to be here on the show tonight. So this is a different background for you. There's a ladder against the wall.
Yeah,
something a little different.
I'm superstitious. I'll tell you later why I changed my the room of the house today.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
no problem. I just want to know where that ladder goes to, though.
Oh, it's for the library in front.
Oh, okay.
It's just my dad's decoration.
One of these days, you're gonna have to give me a tour of the place.
One day.
All right,
everyone.
So hey, so I do have right here the package. So it arrived safe and sound, no dings, nothing. I was happy. I mean, I've gotten artwork from you before, so I've never had to worry about it.
I should send you a photo. The guy who helped me ship that in the post office was Harvey Talibo.
Really?
Yeah. He did the quality checks, so hopefully.
Well, I'm gonna be.
Because we haven't shipped out that much art, like that plenty.
Oh, as far as like this much art at one time, right?
Yes.
Well, I was curious to see what it was going to come in. I mean,
did it arrive like on the 1st?
Yeah, it got here. Well, actually, I think it might have gotten here late on the 31st. Actually, I think it got here in the evening. So I've been sitting on this for about a day and a half now. Let's see here.
So I didn't send out an email to the Next Comic Art subscriber list because I wanted to make sure that the people who usually watch the CAF updates get a little more special treatment. Well, hey, Jason, what's up?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. My hands are tied. I'm not able to highlight comments out there. Sorry, everybody, but you did pack this well, Jiggy.
Thank you. Wanted to say hey to Ron Lim because I'm jealous that you came back from a celebration. Hope that went well for you.
I have never been to that. I would love to go sometime.
I've never been also, and I'm not sure. I don't know if it's as organized as the other cons, but it seems like such a fun convention. Of course, for Star Wars.
And there's just nothing going on in the Star Wars world these days. I still
Well,
have
Obi-Wan Episode 3 is streaming now.
I haven't
Have you
watched
seen it?
the first one yet.
Oh,
I have not had, I'm telling you, ever since Comic Art Live, I just have not recovered. I've not been able to get caught up. And it's been very, very disappointing. I could put it on in the background, but I want to pay attention. I don't want to miss anything. And it's one of those shows that I just don't want to do that. So
you're gonna wait for all 6 to drop, and then
I may end up having to do that. All right, I'm almost there. Everybody. Now we should say, now this is everybody's art except for Miko's, right?
For 3 of Miko's, yeah.
So everybody, and I'm not going to say who got Miko, but of course anybody who got Miko should be very, very thrilled and excited.
Yes, they can be thrilled.
But Miko was at Megacon when I was down there, and then I think he did he have another show even right after that?
He got really tired. He got so tired, and he traveled back to Texas, and he told me that he had deadlines just popping out, like new projects, and so don't worry. That he did say that he'll send some signed comic books also.
Okay, well, you got my email, right? He was asking what to do with it.
Yeah, he'll send it to you.
Have him send them to me, and then that way the all of your artwork is going to.
I'll have him send you some extra stuff too, Bill.
All right, well, let's start looking at the art because I remember this one was done when we were at our live stream. But
yes, so that's from Jim Jimenez, Black Cat. Man,
that came out really nice, and I think as far as we talked about it during the show when we were doing this that Friday evening. But I mean, everybody, even from your crew and from Tatiana's crew and from 4C really went above and beyond. Putting in a lot of. Just so much more effort into these than I was expecting. I know everybody's just going to be thrilled to get these.
This Mad Hatter from Jim also came out really well. I think the commissioner requested no mustache, so that's what Jim did. And initially there was no supposed to be Batman, but Jim decided to put the cowl in there.
Man, that is beautiful. He did a great job, man. This is so great, Jiggy. I can't tell you how happy I am to see these. Oh, wow. Look at that. Here we go. Another.
Oh, that's from Miguel Mercado. It's a Black Cat. And Miguel rarely does sketches. So that one, I can tell you, is a treat. Yeah. So I talked to Miguel. We hung out at the LCS recently. And he said what he learned as an artist. Oh, it was taught to him by our very own Laniel Francis Yu. And Laniel told Miguel that you need to make your faces really pretty. If the faces aren't pretty, then people won't like your art. So he really
that was what Laniel's
focused on, that craft and making the faces really look cute and pretty. This one is my favorite from Miguel. Tila from Masters of the Universe. I think that this was one of his best sketches from this year. What do you think, Bill?
I am very, very happy with this one. And the other one too. I mean, they're both beautiful. I just think that was funny. That was interesting direction from Lionel as far as like do this and you're going to be doing fantastic.
But yeah, I'm jealous of the guy who's getting this.
We had what did we sell? I think there were 48 sketch opportunities and not many duplicates on characters too. So it was fun for me just to kind of pull it all together.
The only duplicate I saw was Black Cat, I believe.
That's true. I think that might have been the only one.
This one is really special. This is from JP Quiz on Gigzilla, who's done several collaborations with shoe brands and other poster. But he got Beta Ray Bill and just an exaggerated that Stormbreaker. It's so cool.
I'll make myself a little bigger so I can make the art a little better. But yeah, look at that, man. That is so great.
It's great.
You can see the detail in that. That's
I
beautiful.
said, Jiggy, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna use some of my old style, and yeah, I said, go right ahead, do what makes you happy, and that's what he came up with.
Oh, here's that one that we were talking.
Yeah, so this was the most unique request we got. It's Boris the Bear, and we had to Google who the character was, and it's a Dark Horse Comics character, also from JP. Yeah.
Very, very nice. Man, I get to own this art just for the next 24 to 48 hours.
Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion from Elmer Damaso. Yeah. He put a lot of detail, especially in that background. That's great.
Yeah.
Elmer's working on some titles now, so he needs some time with the commissions. Oh, Sowie.
Yep.
Sowie did this Power Girl. And he goes, Sao, I think you need to do no colors. And she said, okay. Are you sure? Like, it's up to you. Whatever you think $150 is. Yeah.
Man. I love her work. That's so beautiful. See that, everybody? That could have been yours. Wow. Man, all these are great.
Yeah. So what people usually see Sawi working on female characters, but she got a Firestorm, and I think she knocked it out.
Yeah, another good one. Yeah, she's awesome.
I think you'll need more time looking at the pieces later, Bill.
Yeah. All right. I'll go faster. I'll go for the show.
No, it's fine. This is great. I'm not saying you to go fast, but this is from Luigi Teruel, James Gunn Harley request. Yeah.
But the thing is, I do have a lot of time to look at the artwork.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's really nice. Oh. Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. So the request was specific, not Captain Carter. I want Agent Carter.
That's Luigi as well.
Yep.
Oh, I know what the next one is. This is the one that my daughter bought from you. I'll show it.
Surprise!
It's not one of the commissions, but this is the piece that she picked up a while back. And it just made its way here from Rian. Look at that beauty. Hey, Gwen, if you're watching, here's your art.
I hope she's watching.
I did tell her. I said, I think your art's going to be in this package that I'm opening. So, yeah, that's amazing. Thank you very much for that one, Jiggy. She's going to be thrilled to have this in her collection. And Rian as well, of course.
The Rian one, like, and then I was like, Rian, I think Bill wants one of the pieces. And she said, go right ahead. Okay.
Right, and I've never done that before. As often as I've thought about it when I've gotten to see art in an art drop, from the stuff I've done here.
Oh, here come the Mannix pieces.
Yeah, look at that creature. Remember him working on that during the show?
Yeah, when Mannix does these things, those backgrounds, like it's full on Mannix.
That is really nice. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is the magic one. I think we saw that one.
Yeah.
He had it with him, right? There we go. Man. Love that.
It's just fun. It's just great to see these Mannix pieces.
And I always forget how heavy the paper is too. This is it's not it's like
it's unique.
Heavy, yeah.
The Kadi paper.
That is great. I think I know who that's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's just amazing looking at the paper. That's all right, here, let's show it off. That we saw this one too the other night.
This one was one. This was great. Like, I really like this one, Bill. the JSA Wildcat in the motorbike. Like, ah, it's just great.
Again, for $150. Remember, everybody, that's what we did these for. As an experiment.
And that's not the Mannix price. Like,
right?
They got a deal
Exactly.
on A4.
Hey, trust me, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the work that went into these to make this happen. I know everybody
Scott Wingo saying, "Where's that Spider-Man from Mannix?" Oh, it's one of those commissions. Like, darn it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked how he did, like on these two pieces, he just kind of, he did the same kind of thing.
Michael Callahan is saying, "Please do this next year, Jiggy. I thought these were going to be super fast, but why wait till next year when you can get it again this year?"
Exactly, and I can tell,
right, Bill?
Exactly. We're gonna be doing some commission stuff soon with Jiggy as well. But remember, we're gonna do this again in November. But I'm gonna have a powwow with Tatiana and Jiggy and Ken, and we're gonna kind of kick around how we can make it even more fun the next time around. So because this did work out fantastic, and like I said, having the three of you and all your artists partner with me on this was really fun, and I think clearly this is an Ellery piece, and that I know that again, it meant a lot to me to have everybody's support on this. Look at that, fantastic. Oh, all right, She-Hulk by Ellery as well.
And then the Golden Age, was it Rocket Girl? Yeah, so Ellery got that and had to send him some references. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Crushed those.
All right, here. This is by Raphael.
Yes. Forgot the name of this.
Yeah, I should have brought my had my.
I'll send you the list, Bill. I have the file on which customer gets what.
Yep. Nope. I've got the list. I just don't have it open. Here's another one by Raphael.
Hobby, are you gonna sign up for the next sketch drop from Bill?
Oh wow! Look at this. Dang.
Oh yeah, Delirium from Jim.
This
one's going to a really deep cut Endless Family collector. Hope he likes it.
If they don't, I'm sure there are a few other people who would be happy to take it off their hands. Look at that. That's just amazing.
Hobby says easy choice. Let's see if I can get 100% of the roster to join.
Oh, next time?
Yep.
That would be incredible.
Oh, Harvey did this puck.
Man, look at the detail on that Harvey put into that. That's just incredible.
Yeah. You need to see it in real life, huh, Bill?
Oh yeah.
Appreciate what Harvey did with the tight pencils and the.
You could sort of see it, but I mean, once you see it in person, it's completely different. I mean, this is
completely different. Yeah.
Wow.
He did how many? I think he finished all in one day. Like he was in the zone.
I want this one. Look at that.
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is incredible.
Winter Soldier. Yeah, I hope the customers are happy with what they get. Again,
if they're not, I'm going to take them. They can send them right back to me. I'll give them. I'll pay them the same amount they paid. This is a great deal. This thing's beautiful. Dang. Oh, and a Gambit. Here we go. And my lighting's. I had to take one of my ring lights down to Florida with me, so I'm stuck with just one now. So
I have a question, Bill. Like when these clients give an or to the artist, like, do you think that's an advantage or a disadvantage?
I don't know. In a weird way, I guess because it gives the artist a choice, right? Like, I guess that gives them the opportunity to do whichever one might excite them more. So an or
Yeah,
is probably
I think
good.
it
There weren't
comes
many
out.
people
Yeah,
not many
yeah,
people did that, but yeah, and I don't know if I'd do that too either, right? I'm gonna probably just say I want Jean Grey, right? Or
yep,
I'm not gonna say Jean Grey or Emma Frost. I'm gonna be very specific.
yeah.
All right, and so here's some by Robbie.
The First Doctor.
Dang, he was perfect on this one, and so yeah, we did all random assignments on this. Everybody, I got the lists of people who were getting stuff, and I had the list of artists, and I just put them all into this little system that randomized everything and sent everything out. And uh, perfect person to be doing this one. Thank you, Robbie. Man, oh, very cool. Dr. Doom.
And his last one was Swamp Thing, I believe.
That is true. And it's the last one I think I've got.
Oh wow, we're done.
Yeah, we went fast. Well, 20 minutes.
You were on the spot, Bill. You said 20 minutes, and yeah.
And that's what happened.
What's
Perfect.
your favorite, if I can ask?
That Winter Soldier is really, really nice. And so is Saway's piece. I don't know. They're all really good. I mean, even the Spider one's really nice too. I mean, I can't pick a favorite. Come on.
Sorry.
That's not fair. That's not fair. I mean, shoot. I mean, I love this thing is just so freaking awesome.
JP worked hard on that.
I mean, I like the paper it's on. It's like a rigid ink paper.
I forgot to tell you.
A little bit of tooth on it too, but
JP
I mean,
and Mannix were classmates in college.
oh really?
I think they're in the same band, and so if you notice that both their papers are different from the other artists.
Right, they are. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, these are all fantastic. I know there's going to be a lot of happy collectors when I get these in the mail. And so my job tomorrow is actually to go over to Home Depot and pick up 3 sheets of masonite and get them all cut up here at the house on my table saw. So I expect to have these all in the mail by Monday at the very latest. So that's my plan there. And it sounds like Miko will have his stuff in the mail to me by Friday or Saturday or whatever, and I'll get his probably early in the week, and then I'll get those turned around and sent out.
Christian Palomba says that I think that Delirium was awesome.
The Delirium. How could I even forget that one?
Well, Christian, it's going to you, my friend. Congratulations.
So yeah, that one. That was a yeah. There's
so CJ Design put me on the spot. What's your favorite, Jiggy?
My daughter is very thankful for this. So.
I guess which artist surprised me the most? I'm gonna go with that Beta Ray Bill by JP.
I agree. That one it's really, really well done. I mean, and he's put his own texture in there. It's with that background. It's like little chips taken out of it, even though it's not. It's just all drawn ink, and it's amazing. So yeah. So again, we know we're going to do this again in November, but we'll do something a little different. I can't really say what yet because I haven't had that meeting with Jiggy, Tatiana, and Ken. But I told them that probably next week we're going to get together and just discuss it, and we'll probably end up having a few other reps that might want to be a part of it. I've talked to a few other people too, so you can definitely expect that we'll have more than 48 sketch opportunities next time around, and they might be a little different than what we did this time too.
I think we offered 32 from the crew.
I believe it was. Yeah. Well, that's how when I was doing the math, I figured out I can get 30. I get 12. I can ship 12 artworks with a sheet of 4x8 masonite. So that's why I'm getting 3. So,
are you thinking of changing the rules for the next one? Like, can people get 2 or?
I'd still want people to wait. Well, it all depends, right? I mean, it all depends on how many we had. We only had 48. I just felt like it was going to sell fast, and that was. I'd rather people wait, right? At least wait 24 hours, and it did sell out. I think 2 people did end up picking up 2, but it would have sold out even if they hadn't. So next time around, again, now that we have a track record, people know what they're gonna, what they can expect from this. I think that won't have any problem selling out again. And yeah, you never know. I mean, again, it's back to a lot of your creators. I mean, you had about maybe 11 artists, and I think maybe 12, but doing 32-ish pieces. So you had some people only doing one, but most people were doing two, some up to four. So yeah, I mean, I'm game. At the end of the day, this is kind of like pre-selling sketch opportunities for the show, and it's an extra way for the people that work with me to make some additional revenue outside of what you're going to sell in your booth, right? So and again, it adds a little bit of fun. I mean, people were a little, I was getting emails from people saying, I'm nervous and excited about who's going to get my my drawing and whatnot. So I think again, it was very fun, and I'm glad we did it, and I know we're going to do it again in some similar fashion in November. So Jiggy, we're also, before you go, we're doing this little commission opportunity, everybody. I know I kind of teased that in the email that I sent out today, but Jiggy has a few artists that are going to be accepting commissions. I believe 6 artists today, and there are 11 commission opportunities. It's not a claim in the chat. You're going to be sending Jiggy an email when we show the slides. So I can remind everybody in advance. I'll just leave it up there too. Let's see, where was my banner here? For nextcomicart@gmail.com is the mailing address. So what we'll do is we're going to show you a slide. It will show some example images from the artists. It'll have it'll say whether or not there's one or more sketch opportunities in that. It'll have the price on it, and you just need to email Jiggy that you want to get that. So when you email them, definitely, of course, note in the subject or in the body of your email which one you're requesting, which artist you're requesting.
And they're not 150.
They're not 150. No, these are normally priced sketch, commission opportunities. So this isn't part of the 150 thing. We just thought we'd segue into this as something fun to add in as part of our unboxing today. So yes, but be sure to in your email, you got to include which artists you want, because I'm going to show a slide. I didn't even put lot numbers on these because I figured you can say if it's Mannix or if it's Sowie or in your subject line. And I'd say don't even bother trying to don't even waste time typing what character you want. Just say that you want to get it, because the first email, because some of these there's only one opportunity when it's shown. So once you if you're the first person to email Jiggy, he'll let you know that you were. He'll also let the people know who didn't get it. But then he'll work out which character you want, payment information, and those sorts of things. So don't try to treat it as if it's a claim, but don't type out too many details. All right. So
Mr.
keep that in mind.
Go Lucky wanted to see what shirt I was wearing. So it's a Hulk t-shirt.
Let's see. I'm sorry. I have not been reading the chat hardly at all. I hate to say, but I know you've been paying attention, Jiggy. So, all right. Well, I don't see anybody having any questions here on what we're going to do right now. So just have your emails ready to send to Jiggy. Jiggy will do his best to email each of you back as it happens, and we'll just kind of go through this. And good luck to everybody. There's like I say, there's 11 opportunities here. So let me. I've got too many slides here tonight. A lot of stuff to go through.
People who are cheering for the Celtics will get priority also. Just kidding.
I'm not even watching the game tonight. So let's see what we got here. First commission opportunity. And, I should probably drop the banner off now because every banner's got the email address on there for nextcomicart@gmail.com. So this is
This is the very first opportunity for our latest artist at Darling Kink. So Miss K. Aranzan. So commission of a 9x12 fully colored bust. And there are 4 available.
Yep, they're $200 each on 9x12. Very similar. And what's her medium of choice?
I believe these are colored pencils.
And does she typically work on toned paper as well? I mean, I'm just with these 2 examples.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
All right. Very, very nice. And we got to meet Kay during the show.
Still shy to appear, but she will appear soon.
Yeah.
She has a humongous following on Instagram.
Well, we got to work that out sometime.
Yeah.
But so here's the first opportunity. And again, these I should say that anybody can be emailing even after the show, of course. But for any of these, and Jiggy will let you know. But
Oh,
so
thanks. Gabe just got one. Thanks,
oh,
Gabe.
thank you very much, Gabe. So again, this is for Kay's work, and you'll get a 9x12 colored commission. There's 3 more available, and they're at $200 each. So I didn't put these in. Well, actually, I did put. The order I put these in was by price. So so
Okay.
I'm gonna go to JP next here. So JP's
If you remember the Beta Ray bill.
exactly, and
So
so there's two commission opportunities with this one, and they're $350, and they're on A3, which is 11x17. So
it's the colored one.
yes, the colored one.
Yeah.
Those were
The
so
one on
cool.
the left was something we dropped for May the 4th. And it's just a fun Han and Chewie partying on board the Falcon.
Yeah, I saw when these dropped. I just love the colors on these. These are like classic blacklight
Yeah.
kind of poster artwork. But JP's work is pretty cool. We just, and of course, you could always go to nextcomicart.com as well and check out more examples from any of the artists' work that we're showing here tonight.
And if you want something similar to the Beta Ray bill, we can work that out also.
That was very, very unique. But so again,
ML getting one of the spots. Thanks, ML.
Oh, sweet. ML likes to dress as Spider-Man. I don't know if that maybe that's a secret, but ML's memes during his amateur dueling dealer match were very Spider-Man centric. So,
Oh, really?
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Bill, I wanted to say that I was super tempted to claim an dueling yesterday.
Oh yeah, which piece?
No, I need to pay for my trip to San Diego first. Yeah,
I know. There's I'll be talking about that a little bit later, but I'm actually thinking we might not have our next Wednesday show. I was looking at the schedule. That's Comic Link's auction night. I don't know why Comic Link put their featured auction in on a Wednesday, but there's just too many auctions next week. You've got Comic Connect on Monday. The Comic Art Show, Bashara's Con is on Saturday. So we're very tempted to just cancel next week and skip a week, which is probably for the best.
But Anthony really brought those Spidey covers. Like, he was in it to win it.
Yes. Oh no, he did not want to lose. He did not want to not hit $1 million by the end of the show.
And congrats to Anthony on hitting $1 million.
Yes,
wow.
he was a happy camper after we got all done and then got in the green room. Yeah, he was celebrating. So good for him. All right. So next up is from Ellery.
Yes.
And there are 2 commission opportunities on this one. They're 11x17 as well, and colored, $500 a piece for these. And like
the
I said,
Mystique one is one of my favorites that he did. Like, really did a good job.
And medium, is that watercolor?
Yes. And Copics, I think. Copics.
Okay. Sorry.
He's really a colorist by profession, but he really wants to focus on creating his own art.
Sure. Well, these are great pieces here and good examples of his work. And like I said, you could be looking at nextcomicart.com as well to check out more examples of these artists' works as well.
Mm-hmm.
Aranga says he recognizes that Mystique.
Aranga, the guys really enjoyed hanging out with you during the sketch night.
That was a good time, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. I really did. Yeah, that was cool getting to watch everybody do their thing on the live stream. All right, so those two commission opportunities are out there for Ellery. Then let's see. Next up, I think we got 3 in a row where we've only got 1 for each person. So
good luck, guys. This is a surprise Sawi commission spot.
Yep, this one's $700. It's on 11x17 as well, fully colored, and you know the quality of the work that she puts into these. So these 2 pieces are very exemplary. I
wanted to give a shout out to Annika Ito and Mr. Carl Choi. So Annika has the Lady Thor commission, of course, and then Carl asked for this Casada style Azrael commission, which Sawi, I was really amazed with what she came up with the Azrael. I mean, wow.
Yeah, her work's beautiful. Her work, her watercolor work, the color work is amazing. Well, that piece that we showed earlier from the sketch event, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, both of them.
Yeah.
Wow. So there you have it. This one's on 11 by 17, all color, and we've got one opportunity available for Sawi.
So email whoever gets it.
That's the way to do it. And you can send out emails as well.
Yes.
But I'd at least let the person who gets it know. If you get an email, you got it. If you didn't get replied
the Sawi one, I want to keep the winner private since it's pretty much a special piece.
Okay.
And people really are waiting for the Sawi opportunities.
I understand. All right, so we got two more opportunities here. The next one is from Mannix, of course, and it's on A4, which is what? That's more like 8.5 by 11, like the pieces that we were showing earlier. It's going to be done in
Mannix to the
typical Mannix style.
And Gandalf the Grey on the right.
Yep, and these are $750 for this one opportunity.
We got a commission spot during Comic Art Live, and I was surprised that the commissioner from Chicago asked for artist choice. So the commissioner just let Mannix go full on Mannix on this one. I can't wait for that.
Do you know what he's going to do?
He has an idea. So I did. Mannix doesn't usually do layouts, but for this one, he said, "Jiggy, I'll give a layout for the customer on this one." Yeah, I'll share that with you, Bill.
Yeah, I would like to see it. Well, all right. So has this been? So it's still out there at $750 for Mannix?
Hang on. Oh, it's gone. Yeah,
all
Matt
right.
Moore.
Oh, congratulations, Matt. No, that's Matt's got a good eye. I love his collection. And all right, well, Matt, congratulations. Can't wait to see what you get from Mannix on that one. So we got one more here. And this one,
Bill, I forgot to say that once you get a Mannix, you kind of tend to. I think I need more Mannix.
Like well, you saw, I did favorite that one Thor, and that from the Sunday art drop, and it sold pretty quickly though.
Yeah, one guy got 3 of the Mannixes. Like, wow, okay, can't get enough Mannix.
No. Was the Magneto still available?
It's still available. It's on the site.
All right, we'll have to think about that one. I mean, I thought it was funny. I like Toad in that one. Magneto was cool too. But I'm holding out for a Wolverine. I should have got that one when we
Was it the
Tarot one? Yeah, that was a nice one.
We'll just reserve the Hulk 181 homage cover for you.
Yeah, that would be a good one too. All right, so we got one more here.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and take a look at this one from Robbie. This one,
sure.
Yeah,
Robbie on the right. So there was a commissioner who asked for like a Norman Rockwell type of poster, but with Mystique in the center holding the Infinity Gauntlet, with Doctor Strange, Captain America, Thor, Adam Warlock, the Surfer, and Mr. Fantastic following Mystique. And this was a pretty rare opportunity because Robbie full on colored the piece, and we are offering an 11 by 17 up to 8 characters full color for $850.
Right, and Robbie, he does an amazing job on his commissions. Very poster quality work, as we know. So this is a nice opportunity to get something on 11 by 17 with up to 8 characters, which a lot of people taking commissions don't do. And so yeah, no, that's great. And let's see here. So I'm making my way through a couple of things here, but yeah. So this is available to anybody who would like to claim it, and you just need to email Jiggy at nextcomicart@gmail.com, along with any of the other ones that didn't get filled. I think there were still some openings, right, Jiggy, as far as the ones from I'm assuming
Whoever for KJP Ellery. Yeah.
Okay, so K has at least one or two more openings available. One
JP
more
has one more.
One more from
And
JP.
Ellery has 2.
And Ellery's still are both open. So there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Robbie's as well. So if any of you watching now or watching later would like to pick a commission up, just shoot a email over to Jiggy, nextcomicart@gmail.com. Let him know that you want it, and he'll let you know if you are fortunate enough to claim one of them. So Jiggy, this was fun as always.
Thanks, Bill.
I haven't got to do an unboxing quite of that magnitude before, so that was fun. So
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for the
see that much
opportunity.
art all at one time. Yeah, I don't get to do that. It's so this was a good time. But no, I appreciate it. Anything. Well, I'll be in touch because we need to
I'll
work
be in
out
touch
that.
as well.
All right.
Thanks to everyone in the comment section. Catch you guys later.
See you, Jiggy.
Later.
All right, there you go. So lots of fun as always. So you can hit Jiggy up at any time for the 4 artists that didn't have their commission list filmed. And as always, I appreciate that. And of course, I appreciate everything that Jiggy did for getting that sketch event, making it a success. So speaking of that, I did want to show off a couple images that I got from both Tatiana and Ken. So with Ken, the only artist that hasn't gotten their work done yet is Bill Morrison, and that's because Bill was at Megacon that weekend, and then he flew to Europe, and he's still in Europe. There was a con. I don't know if you're friends with Bill, but he's been at I think it was in Paris, so he's been on the road. But I know that he is going to be getting his stuff to Ken either this. I think it's the weekend after next at a show that they're both at. So Ken will be getting those out. But I know that he got Aranga's images all in. So as everybody may have seen these before, these were the 3 pieces that Aranga did. I believe these all went in the mail today, Ken said, and all great images. And we got to see Aranga do one of those live on the show a few Fridays ago, as many of you remember. Then Russ Braun was the other artist from 4C that was doing commissions as well. So his 3 are done. You can see them here, and I believe they're actually mailed and on the way to Ken. So he'll be getting those any day now, and we'll be mailing those out as well. So those were the 6 that I got from Ken. And now I can show you some really nice pieces as well from Tatiana's crew. This was one of Anthony Schmidt's 2 pieces. The second piece I don't have a scan of yet, but this was Dazzler by Anthony. Then we've got a really nice piece by Cross that it's all done in pencil, but it certainly has a very interesting feel to it. I've seen a lot of her work before, and I think it's very, very nice. And let's see, what were the other ones? Oh, Jason Krager. He was on a panel on Sunday, and these were 2 pieces that he has done. And the Satana there, very nice. And let's see, 2 more here that you may or may not have seen before. Jason Johnson doing a Harley. And I'm pretty sure I know who probably got this next one from Mike McCone, a David Bowie painted piece by McCone. Now, with all of Tatiana's pieces, I know that all of them were getting mailed to her. She said that she has sent out, she's mailed some of them already, and I think she's emailed the people who were getting them to kind of alert them to the fact that they were on their way out. So there you go. So those were the pieces that we couldn't see tonight because they were done by everyone else. So Miko was the only one who was delayed along with Bill Morrison, but both of them should have their stuff done very soon. And of course, what I'm going to do after the show, because I've got my spreadsheets that tell me who the 3 Bill Morrison recipients were, and as well as Miko. So I'll actually send a little update to those 6 people, letting them know the status of everything. Because like I say, I think everybody's going to have their sketches in hand by next Friday at the latest, except for those 6 collectors. So oh, sorry, I'm getting pinged. I apologize for that. So there you have it. Sketch opportunity, working well. Going to do it around. And like Marcus said, quick turnarounds. I mean, I wanted it to feel as close as possible to getting a sketch at a show and having it back in your hand. And, you never can make it perfect, but, was sending them from the Philippines. That took a little bit of time, but again, everybody was very professional about it. And I can't thank Jiggy and Tatiana and Ken enough for being, willing to participate in something like that as a first time going around. And you're right, Chris, that was a great Sandman, wasn't it? I don't think I've ever seen any sketches by Jason before, so I wasn't really familiar with his work until I was kind of prepping for that panel that I did with him on Sunday. So yeah, very, very good. All right, so lots more to talk about and going on here. I don't even know. I didn't make a really good list, but we should probably just go over a schedule really quick of things that are coming up because they're kind of short. I was so busy prepping for the show last 2 weeks ago that I haven't really lined up too many guests. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time probably this weekend trying to line up my next set of conversations that we'll be doing on the channel. I do have Prop Store with Chuck Costas next Monday, and I've got Fish Bends on Tuesday as a collector interview, and Fish is going to be fun. I haven't set those up so you can put reminders on them yet, but I should have those queued up in YouTube tomorrow. I'll have Joe and Nadia on with a hop preview on Tuesday the 14th, and then of course we'll be doing a heritage recap on the 21st, and I assume we'll probably have Nick and Mike and Albert available again, hopefully, for that heritage recap. I haven't sent out invites for that, but they've all been good about it lately. And as far as the sales shows go, I haven't really gone too far ahead on that one. Like I did, you can see there on the 8th, next Wednesday, I put a on there. I really do think that we should cancel next Wednesday. There's just too much going on. You got the LA Comic Art Show on Sunday, Comic Connect on Monday, and then Comic Link on that same night. I mean, Mike Berkey doesn't even want to participate, probably, right? Because he's going to be bidding on stuff. So I think it's very, very likely that we will cancel next Wednesday's show and take the night off. Anthony won't be happy, but he'll get over it. He hit $1 million. He needs a week off, time to cool down. Remember, he even said he blew everything on that night, on last night, just to get his $1 million. So he should be happy with that. So after that, though, I've got Howard Chaykin on Saturday the 11th, Joe Linsner on Sunday the 12th, and then we have an amateur dueling dealer match between James and Khalil on the 13th, that Monday. So 3 consecutive days of selling. And yeah, exactly. Just like what Jason just said, but I can't say it. Where did it go? Save your penny, says Jason. And why? Because James is going to have some sick stuff. And you're right. Maybe we should have a cake extravaganza show with Sharon. I'll talk with her about it, but something to do on the side. But yeah, we'll see about Wednesday. And then, but I can tell you that on the 15th, that Wednesday before the Heritage Signature Auction starts on the 16th, I know I wrote down $200 and under. It's actually $250 and under. The guys didn't like $200 and under, even though that's what they voted for. So I'm sure we'll do regular shows after that. And then again, Dennis Cowan is on with me July 30th. So you guys. So hey, you know what? We've got a couple many video clips to look at tonight, but just let me get over a couple things around the schedule as far as upcoming things going on. This weekend on Sunday is the LA Comic Art Show, as everybody knows. That's put on by Bashara. So if you're in LA or in that area and you want to see some dealers and some art for sale, then that is the show to go to. I believe the domain name is lacomicartshow.com, so you can easily get ticket information and location information from there, because I should have put it on the slide and I did not. But yeah, patronize. You should hit up that show. I know that Bashar puts a lot of effort into putting these things on, and that'll be a good show to go to. But of course, the big event coming up in 3 short weeks, June 23rd, is going to be the kickoff party to Heroes Con, their 40th anniversary at the Super Abari Bar. George Hodge put in a lot of effort pulling this thing together, and I will be there. Rico Renzi will also be there, local artist, and we have some other guest artists in attendance. And of course, Jack the Radio, George's band, will be playing. So it does say it's from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. So it is a very, very long day. I'm not quite sure what time I'll probably be getting there. My flight, I don't think, arrives until about 3. So my feeling is I'll probably get there between 6 and 7. We'll see. And I probably won't be able to be there till 1, but you never know. I'll keep everybody, I'll let everybody know, what my schedule is like. But but it is a ticketed event. I think it's $10 for, to get in the door, and there'll be food trucks there. They've got a seating area outside. So, and here I can put into the chat a link to this Facebook event so you can get more information on it. So there you have it. Mignola lives close. Yeah, that's true. He's been to several of those events. And Amir, I wish everybody could make it to the show. At any rate, it's going to be fun. I was talking with Micah before the show. They decided to go in the last week or two as well, so he'll probably be there. Again, it's just, this event's going to be a whole lot of fun, and then of course just the Heroes Con entire weekend is going to be great. So I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody else is too. I know that we still have the looming COVID issues that are still out there, but fortunately, I think by and large, most people aren't getting as sick as they did 2 years ago. So let's just hope that we all practice proper cleanliness, I'd say, during the show. I'll have my little bottle of hand sanitizer with me because I plan on shaking a lot of hands. So just keep that in mind. But I will I'll clean up with every handshake. How's that? But again, I'm looking forward to Heroes. I'm bringing actually some new equipment. I'm going to do some sit-down interviews with a lot of the guests there, just quick 5-minute ones, and put that into something that I can show the following week. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's just an opportunity to get in front of some people that I wouldn't normally get the opportunity here on the live streams. And, it's going to be a great time at Heroes. So I'm ready for anything during that show. And, Marcus plus Bashar handles the luggage. Marcus did catch Bashar carrying Art Adams' baggage. I saw that with my own eyes, and I do mean suitcases. So yes, that is that is exactly what I'm talking about. Rich Donnelly is going to be at the LA show. Yeah, and I did change your ad, Rich, to make everybody aware that you're going to be at the LA show. And again, they always put on a good show over there. So definitely will. You should be definitely. Sorry, I'm reading through the chat. Rob Riley is going to be wearing his N95. Exactly. I'm going to have it on during the show most of the time. So, all right. Well, where can we go from here? I've got 2 video clips that are fun. I've got the weekly flip. The weekly flip this week is from Rich Cirillo. Now, Rich's flip, when he put it together, was probably like 12 and a half minutes. And I knew that we have so much going on tonight, so I've kind of cut it down to 6 minutes. But his flip is scheduled to debut on the Comic Art Live YouTube channel tomorrow at 1 p.m., where you'll get to see it in its entirety. So this is about 7 minutes of the 12, or 6.5 of the 12. But a lot of fun, a little different approach to what he, it's not a portfolio flip. This is a sketchbook flip. Lots of Avengers art, and very fun. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly flip from my good friend Rich Cirillo.
Greetings everyone, my name is Rich Cirillo, and this is my art flip. A lot of collectors have been showing their original art collections recently through portfolios, and I wanted to do something a little different. Here's a sketchbook that I started back in 2007, and it is exclusively Avengers characters. So let's get started. On the opening page, we have The Mighty Thor by Walt Simonson. Walt drew this for me back at the second New York Comic Con back in 2007. He was doing free sketches for everyone, and one of the nicest people in the industry. Followed by The Incredible Hulk, drawn again at the New York Comic Con, but this was in 2009 by the ever-talented Michael Golden. Then we have Iron Man in his original golden armor as he first appeared in Avengers #1 by Bob Layton. Followed by The Astonishing Ant-Man. This was originally penciled by David Finch way back in 2011. I think at a Baltimore con. I think I waited in line 6 hours to get a head sketch from him, and he was just drawing non-stop. And then I got it inked by Mark Farmer back in 2018. So some of the sketches in here were a compilation of many shows. This is The Winsome Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, drawn by Stefan Roux, and this was done at Heroes in 2011, colored in tonal Copic markers. A beautiful giant man. This was drawn by the legendary George Perez, and I had it colored by Tom Smith a year later in 2013. Then I went with the later version of Iron Man's armor, which appeared, I guess, around Avengers number 2 or 3 by Sean Shen. This was at one of the New York National shows in 2008, done in pen and ink. Then we have a David Finch Captain America. David started this for me in 2007. When I asked him to draw the character, his sketch list was filled up for full figure characters. So I had him draw the head at one show, the back and torso at a second show, and the legs at a third show. And then I went back at a fourth show and had him draw the cemetery background. So this was a compilation of 4 different shows over a period of a couple of years. But David did an amazing job with it. Then we have one of my favorite Avengers, Wonder Man. This was penciled by Ed McGuinness, and he did this at the New York Special Edition in 2014. I was really happy with this. Then we have the legendary Neil Adams. He drew a Hawkeye in my sketchbook. This was done at the East Coast Con in 2015. Love this piece. Followed by Wanda the Scarlet Witch, drawn by Gene Ha at New York Comic Con 2007, done in gray Copic markers. We discussed having her wear her original outfit as she first appeared in Avengers number 16. She had appeared in X-Men number 4 before that, but I loved her original outfit, and Jean really nailed that 60s look of the outfit. Then her brother Pietro, the Quicksilver. This was drawn by Bill Sienkiewicz at the Big Wow show in San Jose in 2013. Mixed media with pencils, inks, whiteout, some red ink. Just an amazing job. I was really inspired to pick him to do this, and Bill was very inspired, just showing the motion of Quicksilver in this piece. Then we have Hank Pym as Goliath, as he appeared in Avengers number 28, drawn by Jerry Ordway at New York Comic Con 2014. And the Black Widow in her original outfit, or superhero outfit I should say. This was done by J.G. Jones at the Wizard World New York show in 2013. Then that leads us to Hercules by Mark Teixeira. This was done at the Big Apple Con 2007. I gave Mark some reference of a weightlifter, and he nailed it. Followed by The Black Knight, drawn in pen and ink by Joe Jusko. This was done at the Baltimore Con in 2010. Black Panther, drawn by Buzz. He did this for me in 2016. Really put a lot of detail into the background and the character. Followed by The Vision, drawn by Bob McLeod. This was in Baltimore in 2007. And Yellow Jacket. This bust shot was done by Alan Davis at the Baltimore Con in 2014. Followed by Clint Barton Goliath. This was done pencils and inks by Tom Palmer. Tom actually took this home, and when I asked him if he could do color on it, he wanted to do it on thicker paper because the sketchbook has thinner paper. So he did it on a thick paper and literally glued this into my book so that the paper wouldn't warp from his watercolors. Amazing job.
All right, so that's just part of Rich's presentation. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the rest of that will drop. So it'll be a full 12 and a half minute where you get to see his full approach to the rest of the sketchbook that he was working on. So it was a fab flip, and I don't think Rich was here. That's too bad. I don't remember if I specifically told him it was going to be tonight, but I thought I did. So maybe he's busy, but I'll let him know, and I'll certainly let him know that the one is dropping tomorrow at 1 p.m. All right. Yes, it was good. I mean, that's literally, you only saw about half of what's in there, and he had a 12-minute. It was a 12-minute flip, Larry. So I cut it short, but we have a new bit here tonight as well. So this one that I've got coming up next, we've talked about doing a CAF cribs episode of something for a long time, and I wasn't quite sure what it would be. I thought originally I was thinking it was more like photographs of how you present your art in your home or your office or whatnot. But James Siegel approached me and said, he would be willing to be a guinea pig on something like that. And so we didn't really talk much about what we were going to do. He just shot it and sent me the material, and I sent some suggestions back to him after I got his first take on it. And so I hope you enjoy this. This is a CAF cribs moment, and the first moment that we have here. And I hope that other people, at the end of the day, just remember, if anybody else wants to show off, because lots of people show off the way they hang their artwork in their CAF galleries, right? There's many photographs of people showing, hallways and stairways and their office spaces where they hang their art. So if anybody wants to shoot it as video, that's great. I think that kind of works better for our format. But if somebody just wanted to send me a dozen pictures of how they kind of, got their art hanging in their space, I would appreciate getting them that way, and I can put it into a little video clip. But video is always better, of course. So, and filmed horizontal. Always remember that. So James now knows that. I think the first time he shot it was vertical. So, horizontal is better. On the flips, it actually doesn't bother me that I get them in a vertical format, just because we're looking at one side of a portfolio or a sketchbook. I think it works fine there. But Jason says he'll do. Yeah, Jason, you've got an awesome space. I want David Bixler to do one too, right? I mean, can you imagine what his whole layout would look like if you were kind of just walking through it? I mean, I'd love to see him do a shot, just everything, just walk through the whole house. So without further ado, the first, yeah, James says, yes, I learned. He learned he doesn't want to do a lot of video editing in the future. Leave that to the professionals. So, all right, well, let's get this CAF cribs thing rolling here. This is a first of many, I hope. And here we go.
Hey guys, here's a brief tour of all the art that I have hanging in my room. So first, this is the cover to Phoenix Resurrection, Return of Jean Grey by Indian artist Markesh Singh. It is 20 by 28, so big, beautiful piece. We have a Wolverine board game that was published in the 90s in Wizard magazine by Duncan Reschlau. There is Thor, number 17, by JR and Klaus Janson. There's Cable, number 20, The Ending Vertical DPS, by Ian Churchill and Bud LaRosa. There's Deadpool Limited Series, the second limited series, number 3 cover, by Ian Churchill and Bud LaRosa. There's a double page spread by Russ Braun from The Boys, number 54, with the 7 and the boys in it. World War Hulk, double page splash, World War Hulk number 1 by JR and Klaus Janson. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 19, by Arthur Adams, the wraparound cover. X-Men Onslaught by Adam Kubert and Dan Green. It's the DPS from that issue. Sabretooth Classic, number 12, by Mike Raringo and John Lowe. Wolverine 93 Splash by Adam Kubert and Dan Green. Lee Weeks Gambit Limited Series in the 90s promo piece and trade paperback cover. Chew number 1 cover and Chew number 60 ending page splash by Rob Gilroy. Venom Dark Origins, double page splash from Venom Dark Origins number 3 by Angel Medina and Scott Hanna. Just crazy detail on this one. There is a splash page from Fantastic Four Heroes Reborn, number 5 by Jim Lee and Scott Williams. Lock and Key Head Games, number 3 by Gabriel Rodriguez. Double page splash from The Darkness by Mark Silvestri, inked by Matt Banning. Double page splash from X-Men 50 by Andy Kubert, inked by Cam Smith. Two pages from X-Men number 19. Here's a Colossus splash. This is by Andy Kubert. This one I think is inked by Dan Panosian. And the ending page by Andy Kubert. And this one I believe is inked by Al Williamson. So multiple inkers in this issue. Venom Volume 3, number 5 by Double Page Splash by Geraldo Sandoval. Just a big in-your-face Venom. Spider-Man number 12 by Todd McFarlane. And finally, X-Men number 5 by Jim Lee and Scott Williams. Thank you guys for going on this quick tour with me. Have fun.
There you go. The very first CAF cribs, everybody. So anybody who wants to do one of those, you know what to do. Reach out to me. You can send me an email at bill@comicardfans.com and we can work out putting one of those together for you as well. And I think we'll probably put those up on YouTube as a separate kind of playlist as well. So standalone. These are, you know, good ways for other collectors to kind of get introduced to the hobby and to other collectors as well. Get to know each other and not have to watch a 2 hour or 2 hour plus segment of the CAF update to see it all. Now, I don't believe that we're going to see any of those pieces that were hanging on the walls in James' amateur dueling dealer match that's coming up. But you never know. You never know what James is going to bring. I'm sure it's going to be a good show. So be sure to bookmark that 13th of June as he and Khalil duke it out for the amateur dueling dealers. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, Jason. Yep, ping me tomorrow. Tomorrow is much better. I feel like I'm going to be caught up after tonight's show is all over. Now, I don't want to forget these. I did actually have a mailbag here. One of them's not my own. One's actually Maureen's, but she's down in Florida, so she asked me to open it up. This other one came in today. I think it's got to be catalogs or something because it's too darn heavy. But it is from, who sent this? This one is from Prop Store. Yeah, man. Oh, mackerel. They did not want their catalogs to come in damaged. I didn't know that Prop Store did catalogs. I knew Hakes did them. Well, I don't think I'm going to try to break into this. Well, there we go. This is as big as a phone book. What do we got here? Yep. It is literally, look how big that thing is. Well, it's on high quality paper. I've got Chuck Costas, of course, on with me next. What is it? Is it Monday? Yeah, next Monday. And we're going to be going over some of the art from the auction, including there's going to be work from Gerhard in there. There's a lot of Ed Hannigan artwork in the auction. And I think I have to go back and look at their auction dates. I think they said the art is mostly on the 4th day of the auction, which would make that June 24th. So June 24th is the primary comic art portion of the Prop Store auction. So I guess I'm going to be getting these catalogs in. So I've got a little bit of light reading material here, everybody. Oh my goodness. I had a feeling that's what that was. All right, now I can open up something I know is a piece of art. This came to, Maureen picked this up during Comic Art Live, and it really actually arrived here almost a week ago. So the person running that booth did a great job. This was from Hunter Venable in Los Angeles. So the art arrived here less than a week after the show. I think it got here last Friday. Let's have a look what Maureen bought. I think I know what she got, but she didn't really tell me. She's old enough she can buy art on her own without my advice. Let's see here. One other cut. Thank you, Mikhail, for these knives, by the way. These are the best. So let's see. Included some stickers in here for Maureen. And this one's kind of like for Jeff Wedding. Look at that. I love Mandalorians. All right, let's see what we got here. Using painter's tape like we all like. That was good. And she even got a print. She got a storm print in here. Can't make out the signature on it. On the back, no. All right, let's see. So the art that she got was something from My Little Ponies. From Garbowski. Look at that. There you go. Adding to we have quite a My Little Pony collection going on around here, and this is just adding a little bit to it. Bought during Comic Art Live for a good deal, as I recall. So thank you, Hunter Venable, for making that a quick and easy process for her. Maureen is actually in Florida with my daughters, while I am here with my son. They're going to be down there for another month. They get back here, I think, around the 26th or 27th of this month. So it's not a month, 4 weeks. Then they'll be back up here. So she doesn't get to see it until then. I should get a Cutie Mark tattoo. Thanks, Marcus. You wanted me to get a tramp stamp a couple weeks ago, and now a Cutie Mark. So yeah, for Maureen. Yes, Carlos, exactly. Guys got to trust me on this. Here's I hinted at what I picked up. I was over at Mr. Berkey's yesterday, and so I have an art day to show off tonight. And there's a piece here that, of course, I did send a picture of this to Jason, so he knows what it is. But I was just kind of, saying I finally found my Mark Silvestri X-Men piece. because they're so hard to come by. Even just an average page, really. But this page is very, very nice. It's got Dazzler and Longshot and Psylocke and Colossus on it. So here, I'm not a brony. I've watched the shows, okay, because it's on with the kids. I don't turn it on, because I feel like I have to. But there you go. You got what do you got? You got Colossus drawing Psylocke there. She's obviously happy to be in there with him. Dazzler disrupts the whole scene there, and Colossus, of course, is embarrassed, like he always was, right? He's a farm boy at heart. And even Psylocke seems a little disappointed there. Look at that. She's not happy that it happened. And then you get Longshot and Dazzler there kind of arguing to end the whole thing. But a very nice page from Mr. Silvestri, and inks by Dan Green. This is from 1988. And I'm very happy to own it because, like I say, they're very hard to come by. And I just never thought I was going to ever find one. But this was from a Berkey bin dive, believe it or not. He actually had me looking for a page that somebody had requested that he couldn't find. He had seen it a week before, and then he couldn't find it. So he had me focused in on this one section. I literally found like 3 pieces that he had been missing for like 10 years. Does Berkey have more? If he had more, I probably would have picked those up. But no, that was the only Silvestri X-Men page that was in there. But as everybody knows, and it's funny, I've actually arranged to buy a artwork by Mr. Lealoa, believe it or not. Remember I'd said probably about a month ago that he was one of the artists that I've really been looking for a piece from. And Mark Hay got some stuff in a lot of things that he bought. And one of them was by Steve. And it wasn't a published piece. It was a con sketch. Very nice. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to buy that, even though I really wanted to get a published piece. So while I was doing the bin dive over at Mike's place, I actually found a Spider-Woman page by Steve and by Bob Wyacek. And so I was like, I mean, come on, there's one collector on CAF who buys it all. So I just was absolutely shocked to see a page in the wild. So I got this page. And of course, this is from 1981. You pretty much got Spider-Woman on most of the panels. I guess maybe in that middle one on the bottom she's not on there, but she's on every other one. And this is from issue 41. So super duper happy to pick this up, and I'm still going to get the other one from Mark. So I think next week I'll show that one off once it arrives. But there you go. Very, very nice page by Mr. Lealoa. And again, never in my wildest dreams would I thought that I'd find a page like that over at Berkey's. For as long as I've been looking at stuff, this was just it's kind of funny. These were in piles that were literally within 3 feet of where he sits. 3 feet of where he sits underneath. I mean, it was incredible. And there was some. You know what he had? Well, I won't even tell you what he had because I might buy one of those pages too. He actually had something from very early in an artist's career that we've had on the channel before, and I was like, wow, it looked like him, and I wasn't really sure, but it was early Sean Gordon Murphy artwork from one of his probably one of his first books. So it doesn't look anything like his work, but it does, at the same time. And I was like, wow, and he had multiple pages. I was like, I didn't even ask him. I was just thumbing through stuff, and I'm like, there's like 7 pages from this book. Spill It, Bill. It was from Crush, actually, and even a cover, but all by Sean Gordon Murphy. So I was like, dang, that's it. But again, it doesn't look like Sean's current work at all. I mean, I wonder. I was thinking I should ask Sean what he thinks of that early work of his, if he's held on to any of it. But yeah, but trust me, you could ask him about it. He won't know where it is because I put it right back in the folder it was in and put it right back where it was. But yeah, there was a lot of interesting stuff there. And trust me, guys, I think about you when I'm going through bin dives over there. So, if certain things popped up that felt like it was going to be a match for somebody I know, I would certainly let them know. But yeah, there was, gosh, oh my God, he had a George Perez page to die for. And I set one aside to buy. But then when I was digging around, I found one even better, and I was like, wow, I can't even take that page because it's too good. And one day when Berkey decides to actually sell it, it's going to go to whoever really really wants that page the most because it was phenomenal. I can't even talk about it, but it's not Teen Titans or anything. It's not something that it's like at the top of a Perez list, but this one was just remarkable. What character? Black Widow on every single panel. So it was pretty amazing. No, not JLA, Nick. If it was you, I would have thought of you. I would have set it aside and said, Nick probably would like to have this one. So let's see. Bill got a Kirby Thor page earlier this year. I did get a Kirby Thor. Yes. Oh, did I miss the Kirby page? Oh, I did get one, but I showed that off the other day to somebody. But is it a Crush Albert page quality? I have no idea. Does Albert have Crush pages? I'd have to go check. At any rate, it might have been Marvel Fanfare. I don't know, Tim. I forget even looking at the title. I was so stricken by the artwork by Perez that it was just mind blowing to see something like that. But as such is my time over at Mike's house. It's always fun and eventful. That's just it. It had to have been like, because it wasn't Marvel Fanfare is probably right, but I'd have to dig. Again, I'd have to look at it again. But again, a very, very awesome page. Can't even imagine what that page was worth because it was just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So let me think here. What do we got next? I want to keep you guys here. I don't have any more art to show you. I wish I did, because I did set a few other things aside when I was over at his place. That the Perez piece that I did set aside was a page from Inhumans #1. So it was very, very nice, and I was super duper happy to that. And again, it was in one of those, he hasn't seen it in a while kind of things, but it had a nice lockjaw on it, and I think it had all the characters on it too. So it was a very good representative piece from George, but not like top tier, most expensive thing out there. So yeah, and there was actually quite a few Perez pages. So I'm sure they will make their way to a Dueling Dealers episode sometime soon. But yeah, it is awesome. He had like an Avengers 199 page, a couple of them. So yeah, they're there if he ever has the time to get to them, and he will. So all right, let me get to some of the other stuff here. I've got some things to get through before we can get to the CAF update with Chris. What should I hit on next? We should probably do the EXP promo for tomorrow for Nick. How's that? As everybody knows, on the EXP channel every Friday between 7 and 8, they've got the original art experience with Nick Barucci, where he sells art and pretty much has a great Friday evening party for everybody who chooses to tune in. And we always show a preview here for Nick, and I can show off the artworks, some of them that he's going to have for sale tomorrow. So here we go.
Everybody, this Friday, June 3rd, boy, I almost forgot the date, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the original art experience, we are going to have some really cool artwork. Matter of fact, some of you, knowing the artwork I love, may think I'm a little out of my mind with what I'm bringing on the air, but it's going to be fun. All right, first and foremost, we're going to start from the bottom this time. We've got an Iron Man commission cover art by Bob Layton. Check it out. Then we have another commission by Bob Layton of the Thing with Dr. Doom lighting up a bomb. Now, here's the thing. This is after Jack Kirby, but I got to tell you, it's reminiscent also of Barry Windsor Smith from Marvel Fanfare 15, but I am an old man. Then we have Salvation Run, Sean Chen, inked by Walden Wong. All of the Rogues Gallery. God, I hope that doesn't sell, but I love it, so I wanted to bring it on the air. Then we have Fantastic Four Annual by Stuart Immonen and I believe Wade Von Grawbadger, but I'll find out between now and Friday. Check it out with the Wizard. Now, the boys are back in town, Boys Season 3. So we're going to bring Boys 44, page 16 by Russ Braun. Never put these back right. It's the running joke and it's real. Boys 57, page 14. Check it out. God, it's beautiful. Boys 67, page 9. And we're sold out of John Romita Jr. art, or at least I don't want to bring any more because I sold it so cheap. I don't want to bring any more Steve Epting art because I sold it so cheap. And I'm bringing some Ron Garney back, but definitely changing it up. You've got a Scar Splash, page 1. You have a, let's do it this way. We have an Uncanny X-Men 402, and we have a Weapon X number 5, page 22 Splash. Now, the big one. The creme de la resistance. I'm not French, I shouldn't try and say that. We have Savage Hulk, number 3 cover, Jim Starlin and Terry Austin. This is unfreaking believable. It is savage. It is incredible. It is immortal. It is every Hulk adjective that's ever been out there. And this will be available this Friday, June 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only on the Original Art Experience. See you there, and do me 2 favors. 1, hit that thumbs up because it helps us. It's great to get the extra thumbs up. And also share to your favorite fan groups. Let your friends know. Help us grow the experience. See you Friday, 7 p.m. on the Experience.
There you go. That Starlin Hulk was pretty dang amazing. So yeah, it's going to be a good show tomorrow. Nick, looking forward to it. If I have time, I will definitely tune in. So and as should everybody there, tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can't miss the Experience. Thank you, Nick, for reminding everyone to hit the thumbs up, as you always do. I'm terrible at that. Hit the thumbs up, everybody. Subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications so that you never miss an episode of anything we do here on the Comic Art Live channel. So season 3 just dropped early tonight, says James. All right. Well, so, I should remind everybody, too, that watches these shows that in the description over on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're watching, I always put a link to the show, to everything that we're talking about on the show tonight, whether it's in the CAF update or the, especially the artworks that Chris and I end up featuring. And I try to do my best to kind of link out to everything. So just always keep that in mind if you want to look at things in more detail when we talk about featured art, or when we talk about the artworks in the market reports that we do. The link is always there. I do kind of put a summary of that together every week for everyone too, and link over to it. So a couple more things for me to do before we actually get to the CAF update. I think I've hit on most of the things. I remember last week I forgot to do my Megacon little walkthrough, and it's not much. It's 3 minutes. It'll probably bore you to tears, but maybe you can run to the restroom or something while I show this one off. But this was kind of from Artist Alley. I missed recording 4C for some dumb reason because they were at the kind of facing Artist Alley. So I just did my whole walkthrough. You're going to see Cadence's booth and Scott's Collectibles booth. I think you're going to see people from Comic Sketch Art. McNiven was there. Didn't buy anything at this show. Jason Essential Sequential was there. I don't think I made it all the way around to all of his booths. So it's more of kind of a booth walkthrough sort of thing, but give it a look. And when I'm back, we'll probably be pretty close to doing the CAF update. Hey, Marcus, I did research getting a gimbal stabilizer. I think I'm going to debut using that at Heroes Con, by the way. They're not too expensive for iPhones. So, and I'll suggest to Anthony that he buy one as well. I'll at least suggest. You know him. He probably won't do it, but I'll try. But I could see that they actually work pretty well from all the videos I looked at. So, yeah, it was a very, very packed show. I can tell you that. I think in all the PR I saw after Megacon that they talked about it being a record attendance for that show too, which it felt like it. It was pretty packed. So most people were masked up, which was nice. Wow, the carpet's on the floor. Yeah, sometimes that's why I'm going to get that gimbal. All right. So the only other thing I got to do for the CAF update actually is the one thing that I told Heritage I would do for them is do a little preview of a couple things that they've got in their upcoming auction. It's all at my discretion, but as part of their sponsoring the show and everything, I said I didn't want to just throw your name on the end, beginning and end of the video that we show at the start and end of the show. I said I'd like to got to do something editorial for you. So what I told them I would do is every week I would take a look at the the most recent weekly auction, which basically starts at midnight, well, around 1 a.m. today, basically. So I'd look at what's on there, and then I would just pick out a few auctions and show them to you. So that's what I'm going to do. I won't be as fun as the EXP bits that we show from Nick, but maybe one day I'll aspire to having it done just like that. I think it'd be a lot more fun if I presented it in that way. But I'll just give you a look at a couple picks that I had from the current weekly auction from Heritage that ends next Wednesday. Just when Doolin Dealers is getting started, their auctions are ending. So first up was this awesome Steve Ditko piece. I mean, we were talking about Ditko on the Comic Connect preview earlier. I've been on the lookout for some Ditko art for a long time, just trying to find the right thing. These are actually really nice. I mean, if I was in the market to buy artwork right now of this this kind of stuff, I would be going after it myself. But so a couple 2 pages in this lot from Heritage, and that was new today. Then nice Mike Mignola piece here. Get that off there. This thing was done in the late 90s. It's first piece, and then somehow the person who got it got a second drawing on there and done in colored pencil, which is something I don't think we see too often from Mignola, but a very nice piece up here at the top. And you get an extra Hellboy on the bottom and one illustration. So that's a good one. What else we got here? The Mike Allred Sandman, already at $775. It's always interesting because a lot of times you watch auctions over at Heritage and you don't see too many bids in the first day. So this is actually a decent set for them on a weekly auction. This is Mike Allred Sandman 54 page. Unmistakable Allred here, right? I mean, man, that's awesome. So some good artwork here. Hopefully makes its way back to CAF when their auctions are over. Then Nick Bradshaw, X-Men and versus Avengers variant cover. I think this was for like the hardcover to that piece, but very nice. I love Nick Bradshaw's work, as I'm sure most of you do as well. Got Spider-Woman in it too. And I did pick out a DC artwork. I had to, right? This is Sikowski on JLA. Got Batman in every panel. Just really nice. Again, good example. Probably at a fair price still. Well, $500. So see, the bids are going up higher than usual. Now, this is the page. If I was going to go after anything, this would be the page I'd be going after, because this is Moon Knight from the Hulk, the Hulk magazine stuff, right? So this is when I first encountered Moon Knight as a character, and man, I mean, that's really not heavily focused, right? I mean, the first panel, but God, I just love this. I mean, I would take a Hulk Moon Knight Sienkiewicz page over anything, even from the Moon Knight comic, just because that's where I first experienced reading it. So, man, look at that. So there you go. That's if I ever did a Christmas gift to myself, it'd be a page just like this one. And let's see, we got a couple more here. I couldn't not pick out something from Buscema, and this is a nice title page from what was it? I think it was I'm forgetting it. Oh, King Conan. That's right. Issue 4. Splash page, title page. Very nice. And finally, we were talking about Jaime earlier on the show prior to this one. And they actually have 2 or 3 of these pieces from Love and Rockets out there in the current Heritage auction. So just a really nice piece. And one day I will get a artwork by Jaime myself. So there you have it. And of course, you can hit up Heritage, check out their auctions every week, as I know everybody always does. So I'm just reiterating things. Yep. Sorry. I think that they're going. Yeah, I know. Nick's saying that they're going to compete against Comic Link on Wednesday. I know. It's kind of a mess next week. That's why I'm pretty confident we're going to cancel the show next Wednesday. While this one's been going on, Mike's been texting me, asking me to get a replacement for him for Wednesday's show. So I told him that we're probably just going to cancel next week. So I think that's the wise thing to do. I mean, I don't. It's too bad that Comic Link had to end it on Wednesday, but I'm sure their scheduling just put it there. But it's just tough. It's just a tough week. Maybe they wanted to be separated from Comic Connect by an extra day since they're on Monday. That's probably might have played into it. Who knows how the scheduling with the auction houses work. At any rate, so there you go. There are my picks for this week, and they're actually in part of the report as well. So again, big thanks to Heritage for being a sponsor on the show. I do appreciate that, and they've always been kind to me. So let me let's segue now into the CAF update. Chris Nork has just popped into the green room, so let me get us going here as we wind down the show here. What do we got to start with? We're going to start with the oh gosh, so let me see here. We got the dealers coming up first, and this is from May 23rd through the 29th. So actually, this was a pretty decent week for both dealers and auction houses, as it turned out. As far as the dealers go, the top sellers for last week, Felix, number 1. Of course, he had 2 large art drops. Of course, he did the axe wielder art drop and sold many of those. And we'll kind of talk a little. Well, I won't go into too much detail because the market reports cover exactly how he sold them. Some of the chapters were sold complete, and others were not. So, but Felix led the charge last week out of total sales last week of $279,000. Felix made up $121,000 of that with 64 total sales. Let's see, we got Panel Page next, $59,000 in sales with just 11 sales. Albert had 19 sales, $26,000. Anthony, 54 sales, $24,000. Ramita Man, 11 sales, $15,000. Splash Page, 34 sales, $12,000 we'll call it. And Scott Eater rounded out the top guys with more than 10,000 in sales. He had 3 sales for just over $10,000. So the first number, top 6 sales, is the piece by Felix here. So let me go ahead and highlight this. It's really only going to show one image, but it was. Here we go. There is that. So there you go. You get the total amount, but now we've got the Patera artwork. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here, talking way too long, right? But this was actually for 3 sets of items for that $169,000 total. Next up is this Mike Zeck Secret Wars page. I know this was bought at Hakes recently, shopped around. It has sold from Panel Page. $29,000 was the asking price on this one. Then we've got a Love and Rockets cover by Gilbert Hernandez. This one sold by Scott Eater for $6,500. Next up, we have a sale by Albert Moy, $6,500 as well, by Chrissy Zulo. And this is from Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse. Man, I'm losing my voice. Terrible. This is the variant cover to that Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse. Final 2, Rob Liefeld from Panel Page, sold for $6,500. Again, this is the cover to Last Ronin, issue 5. It's the variant. And finally, this cover to Thor, issue 24 by Nick Klein for $6,000. We saw this on the Nick Klein panel that Felix ran during Comic Art Live. And there you have it. It has the rounding out our top 6 sales. That one sold for $6,000 as well. So, yes, strong price on the Secret Wars, especially after having to sell it after a sale not too long ago, right? I mean, that was purchased 2.5 months ago or so. Yeah, All right, so let's go ahead and roll right into the auction results. So very strong auction results, in part because Heritage not only had their weekly auction last week, but they also had a Garfield set of auctions. And let's see, what was it? They had 88 lots in that auction, selling for, sorry, I can't even read my own writing here, $100,000 in the Garfield auction. So in total, last week, there were $373,000 in total sales from auction houses. And that was over the 285,000 from the week before. eBay made up 178,000 of that, and the Heritage Weekly auction made up for what, $94,000 of it as well. So I'm going to show you the top 3 eBay sales as well as the top 3 weekly sales from Heritage. I'm not going to bore you with the details on the Garfield pieces. So here we go. And so $373,415 in current sales total from 3 auctions tracked last week. First up is this San Julian cover. Now, the listed price that we got was $12,500. It was actually sold as a best offer, believe it or not, or make offer for $12,000. We don't see that happen too often where it's that close. Next up, a John Romita Sr. with literally, this is all stat. This is a production cover at the end of the day, everybody. To Marvel Team Up 14, sold for $3,550. And finally, from eBay, this Alex Maleev Daredevil 61 cover sold for $2,500. Now, the 3 Heritage pieces. First up, this is man, I'd love to have this page myself. Al Milgram, Jim Starlin, Terry Austin. This is from Captain Marvel 49. This one sold for $15,600. And this is a prelim. This is an Adam Hughes prelim, by the way. Catwoman 58. This one sold for $5,040 with the juice, of course. And finally, Carmen Infantino and Bob Smith. This is from Flash 300. Man, I mean, Infantino is so darn awesome. I just love this piece. This one sold for $3,120 on Heritage. So there you go. That rounds out my my market report on dealers and in and our auction houses. An incredible prelim. And Michael Callahan says a stat for $3,500. Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, I had to look at it. I at first I saw it and I'm like, what the heck is that? You know, and why did it sell for so much? And so, yeah, what are you going to do? That's at the end, it's not quite like the production art that we see the fake production art we see on eBay all the time. So that was actually a legit piece of production art from that period. I have no idea if the original art to the main body of that, exists. I don't recall ever seeing that cover before. I know that in the description for the auction, they did state that there was no original art under the stat. So it was all stat with just a little, lines kind of to fill it out and pull it out to the edges. But and oh yeah, no, I just like Ruben just said, there have been other vintage cover stats that have sold for a lot more in the 6K range. Yep, I agree. I think if I dug around, I could probably find a few of them. And usually, the Romita Senior ones I've seen 1 or 2 other ones. So it's not surprising, at the end of the day. I mean, heck, if that is the only thing that is out there that exists for it, and there isn't an original, then hey, whatever. We set the prices on the market by what we bid on things. Yeah, Nick says fake production art. No one would do that. I know. Well, it was just that Robert, for whatever reason, when it was originally drawn by John Romita Sr., they decided to make a stat of it and put it down on a different board. So who knows where the original is or if it exists, but yeah, you just never know. I don't, Chuck says we'll see it on Dueling Dealers. I don't know. I don't think that's something Mike would buy. He does buy Romita Senior, of course, and but I don't know if he'd buy a production cover. I can't say that I've ever seen anything like that laying around the place, but it's possible. Let me see. There were a couple quick questions before I get Chris on here too. The Chris Lutzi asked if I was going to Pittsburgh. I am not. I've got a very busy weekend here doing work on the house, so I can get it up on the market. So I'm not going to Pittsburgh this weekend. I would love to. A lot of friends are going to that show. And you mentioned about not seeing a lot of ink Jusco pieces. I mean, he usually does those at cons, so those they're out there. I mean, I've tried to get on Joe's list a few times to get some of his inked pieces because they are pretty nice when he takes the time to do them. But usually he'll make a list at a show, and he just doesn't get to the list too often. I've been on his list a few times, but he's kind of tough to get something like that from. And then Stanley asked me if can I do another collector art sale like I did with Michael Finn on Monday. Hey, bring the collectors to me. I'm here. I had a really good time. I mean, Michael and I are friends. We've had him on the show several times, so it was I knew we were going to have a very good conversation, whether or not he had any sales at all. And it was such a great show, and I had a great time with him. He and I talked after the show by email, and he wants to do it again. So probably in the fall or something like that, we'll do another show with him. But yeah, if anybody ever wants to do an art drop with me, of course, I'm always game. I enjoyed it. It's fun. It was just a different thing, outside of doing the Dueling Dealer shows that, just adds for a different flavor of art buying on the site. Again, I love doing my shows with Jiggy, but yeah, I'd love to do more shows with collectors if they were open to doing it. So you know how to reach me, everybody. Bill at comicartfans.com. I'd be happy to talk about it. All right. Marty said they were fun too. Of course, yeah, it was a great time. Believe it or not, it was kind of shocking. We actually peaked at like 193 people watching that show on Monday, which was shocking. I mean, I don't know if I've had that many people watching the next comic art drop, which are well attended too, around the 170s, 160s. So to have that many people tuning in on Monday on a holiday, I really thought it was going to be terrible. I was kind of prepping him at the beginning before we went live, just saying, I hope, anybody shows up, and we had a great turnout. So, yep. Jiggy, he's still watching. Hey, Jiggy's turnouts are fine. We always do good with his sales. I was just shocked at the number of people that turned out for Michael Finn. It must have been the holiday. Maybe it was the extra time everybody had. You're all laid back. You had a few beers in you from the holiday, and you just decided to tune into an art sale. I don't blame you. So, all right, well, let's get on with this CAF update. Chris has been in the green room for a while. Hey, Chris, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, dude. How about you?
Other than losing my voice here at the end of this thing, I'm doing great. I really am.
Coke.
I do. But you know what? It's empty, unfortunately.
Oh.
So, but yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm really getting into doing the CAF updates now. Like, I know you sent me an email after you saw what I sent out as an email today. I've really been wanting to make the show a bit more, I don't even want to say polished, but I've been wanting to kind of put more emphasis on it, because it really is like I love doing Dueling Dealers, but this is really the show that I have the most fun at, because it's just very relaxing, and it's more of a hangout for us all.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and so doing a Thursday mailing was something that I've been thinking about for forever. But I always, but I do the Friday mailing too. So I always felt like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to make it be somewhat unique? But then, so previewing what we're going to be doing tonight,
Mm-hmm.
like, that last paragraph in the email, I linked to most of the people's CAF galleries whose artwork we're featuring tonight. And I just started.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been asked to do different things. Mikhail had a good suggestion one time about, like, can you find a way to kind of highlight the pieces that you and I pick and have it built into the site. Well, I mean, there's a lot of work that would go into doing something like that, but this is another way for me to at least highlight the collectors whose work we're picking out, for the feature. And yeah, so I think that the mailing can evolve a little bit, and it'll be listed as a news item as well. So it's just all good all around for the site. People are going to discover other people's collections because of it. We already are doing that, sort of, but this will be doing it in I think in an even better way. So I'm glad you liked it. You were the only one that emailed me about the mailing.
Well, I await it with bated breath. So no, it was and it was not, I don't want to say shocking, but it was jarring how different it was from the previous email. So it really grabbed my attention.
That was what I was hoping for. I wanted it to not feel like the stuff that, that Colin helps me with Monday through Wednesday, and the mailing I put out every Friday. I just wanted it to look, very standalone. I didn't want it to look like a Dueling Dealers email. And so, yeah, I have a few other ideas to go along with it. I wanted to put like a kind of a screenshot from the weekly flip. I was hoping I'd have time to put something in there for James as well, just to give, to show some visuals so that people know, hey, I'm going to be showing these things on there. I talked about them, but I didn't have time to really make it the way I want it to be. So it'll evolve and get better. But yeah, I'm very happy. To me, it is like a turning point for doing these Thursday shows.
Yeah, I agree. This week feels a little different, better.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun, and then I'm looking forward to future shows. But let's get on with the CAF update tonight, Chris.
Just really quickly, James. Yeah. The implication there, James, is that I need to train to fight ML.
Oh, I missed that. The big title fight versus ML is getting close. Oh, oh boy. Yeah. Heroes is going to be fun, isn't it?
Not for ML.
We want blood. Says Jason. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Well, Heroes is just going to be so much fun. I'm getting so excited about it. I can't believe we're only 3 weeks away from the get together. Man, it's going to be it's going to be so much fun. I'm excited. I am very excited for that show. So let's see. Marcus is throwing ideas at me, and they're getting bounced and cut up. He's talking about a weekly pick gallery or a Thursday CAF update page with picks and links. I'll work on it. I mean, we kind of have some of that stuff. I've got to kind of merge some things that we have into one, because I don't want to be like duplicating my efforts in a couple different spots. So I'll work on it. We'll definitely find ways to make it better and more fun and more useful for everybody.
I think all our most fun ideas, at least on this show for sure, are crowdsourced. So
they are. Right. I mean, they really are. I mean, and if Mikhail hadn't have done that weekly flip thing that he did in the chat that we were in, that I would never have thought of that. That's like one of the best things ever. So yeah, keep them coming, everybody. We're very receptive to new ideas. A recommendation station, says Mr. Easy Go Lucky. All right, Bill, are we doing the CAF update from the kickoff party? Somehow we are, actually. I'm not quite sure how we're going to work that out. I keep forgetting to ask George if the bar actually has Wi-Fi that I can connect to. And if they do, we'll be able to.
It's a video game bar. They have to have Wi-Fi, right?
Well, they gotta. Well, hopefully they have a good private Wi-Fi that we can hook onto. But we'll see. I'm going to try it because clearly not everybody's going to be going to this thing. So being able to broadcast live from there. I mean, and again, is it going to be an hour? Probably not. I mean, that's going to be loud, and I don't think people are going to want to watch maybe they will want to watch everybody tossing back a few beers and getting in arm wrestling matches or whatever is going to happen during this brouhaha. but yes, we are going to do that'll be the 100th episode of the CAF update. Jason, how could we not?
That's the best reason to do it. Yeah,
I know. How could we not do it? So yes, we will. But again, what segments are going to make it into that one, I can't promise you. It'll probably just be a fun hangout for everybody, and maybe we'll just do lots of mini interviews with people throughout that show.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that actually would be. And I really am going to have that stabilizer, during Heroes, so it'll be a lot easier to probably do some of the walkarounds and not have it be herky jerky and everything. So, so yeah, there you go. No giveaway tonight, Marcus. I'm sorry. And I should tell you, because I got a couple emails. People were worried about not getting their shirts from that giveaway I did 2 weeks ago. Just so everybody knows. I mean, I with the Comic Art Live happening right after that, I actually did not put the orders in for the shirts until probably last Thursday or Friday. I've been getting emails the last 3 days about them shipping. So anybody who won one of the 10 shirts from that giveaway from 2 weeks ago should be getting them this weekend or early next week. So I apologize for the delay in getting all that done. And Mikhail, of course you have a gimbal. Why wouldn't you? But no, I'm bringing my own. Don't worry about bringing yours. If anything gets lost or stolen or broken, it should be mine. So Carla says that ML, if he loses, has to shave his head. You have to shave your beard.
It's only fitting. It's only fitting.
Both of you will be unrecognizable. I can't.
Loser leaves CAF match.
Oh no, we can't have that. No. Oh boy. Marcus says Manscaped. No, if both die. No. All right. Let's get this thing going.
Let's do it.
Let's move over here because let's see. I've got again many tabs open here, but let me get over to your set and get rid of my screens here. Okay, here we go. And there. All right.
First one's Dave Johnson, well known for his certainly the character designs anyway for this Elseworlds book with the Soviet Superman and the same Batman, Wonder Woman. I think this is, the design of this piece, of course, is Dave Johnson, so the design is tremendous. kind of harkening back to some Soviet era propaganda posters, that kind of vibe. But what I thought was really so incredible about this is how over the top he went with the level of detail, particularly in the architecture in the background. Dave Johnson is an artist where I typically associate his stuff as being very graphic and sometimes even simple. And this is graphic, but it's certainly not simple.
No, I agree. This would have been one that I would have picked out as well. I mean, I love the style of the lettering on this piece, but just the overall layout. I mean, it's really, really gorgeous. And the cityscape behind him is highly detailed, like you just said, for what you're used to getting from Johnson. And so yeah, this is, it's fantastic, absolutely.
And
fantastic.
I think it's a commission, which makes it even more extraordinary.
There, let me double check. This is a Mike A's CAF gallery, and it is a commission. No description on this one. For shame, Mike.
Yeah.
We'll have to. Hey, look, he's not unstoppable, Jay, but he's unstoppable 99. Okay.
Ooh, there's another fight brewing.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if Mike's going to be at the Hero show. They could be the preliminary bout, right? But no, this is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
You got to highlight Nick's super chat there. Holy crap.
Oh, sorry. I was not paying attention over that window. Nick, please pick up a round of drinks on me at Heroes since I will be missing it. Everyone, hit the thumbs up and have fun for all of us who are not there. Sorry, I will miss meeting everyone. Love you all in the community. Nick, that's, I mean, it's funny. I had never even thought to ask. I just kind of assumed you would be there. So that's disappointing. But I know we'll get together at a show sometime soon. I'm sure of it. I mean, maybe it'll be New York. If I can make it to that show, we should definitely get together for that if that's possible for you. But wow, thank you so much. We will have a round. We will raise our glasses in your name, Nick, for all the times that you've been asking everybody to give a thumbs up, and you've been so supportive of everything on this channel. That man, yes, your name will be mentioned more often than you probably want it to during Heroes. So we will definitely all miss you. Thank you so much. Make art, not war, says Mikhail. All right.
Now he says that.
I think he's getting a little nervous. All right.
To be clear, he started this.
I know. I remember that. All right. So I got my heart on that one. So let's see. Next piece here. Joe Jusko, like we were just sort of talking about.
The whole time I'm waiting for this pick to come up, I'm thinking I picked a Joe Jusko inked piece, and for the exact same reason. I don't really remember seeing a Jusko inked piece until I saw this cap.
Mm-hmm. They're rare. They really are.
Yeah.
I mean, he the only times he does them is it shows. And it's funny. I mean, I really have gotten on his list 2 or 3 times, and I'll be like 5th or 6th or something, and I've never gotten one because he's very, I mean, everybody knows Joe. He's a super nice guy. He's always he loves to talk and hang out. And so he just doesn't get a lot of these done when he's at shows. So they're really not out there a lot.
Well, and I absolutely love Marcus made a great comment, which is very brushy. So the line quality, or the quality of the inks that he's got, which are clearly brush in the foreground and the background, are such an awesome contrast against the tighter, rendered figure of Cap in the middle. I just think that's such a cool effect.
Yeah. No, and I agree, Ruben. Joe's a huge fan of Buscema's work, and he talks about him all the time on Facebook. I mean, he has several pieces of Big John's in his collection, right? So that's a huge influence for him. But yeah, these are so rare. I've always wanted one. Believe it or not. I mean, I built his website, and we were going to do a trade, and I actually never got him. I should actually hit him up for that. He was going to do something for me, and I told him I just want one of his ink pieces. I never got that, so I'll have to talk to him next time I see him. I would be happy.
Imagine a Thor would be tremendous, right? Look like this.
Thor. Okay, I got to make a note of that. I'm going to email Jeff. I still got to get him on the show. He told me he'd do the show with me, but then whenever I kind of throw dates at him, he never replies. So I'm going to work on them. But no, very good pick. And again, very, very, very rare to see these. They're not out there. Okay. Oh, we were just talking about Mr. Murphy. And Michael Clow. All right, you got a couple pieces from Michael in
I
your
do,
picks
and
today.
and I think last week too, but I think he owns this whole issue. I think he posted the whole issue, but this I just I picked this because of that figure on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing costume design, slash character design. I think is so good. I love the the fact that Bruce is like unwilling to be Batman yet can't help but be Batman, and is reflecting that in his kind of modified costume choices. And then the animated series grapple gun in that last panel is tremendous.
Yeah, no, this is a beautiful piece. I love, we both love Sean's work quite a bit, and I could almost feature anything that I see by him these days. And I think there were a couple other pages that were posted that I thought were tremendous as well. But I was trying to, I'm like, I can't keep always picking his stuff. So, but I'm glad you did, because that's he needs to be represented in there, especially because we know he does his art drops at odd kind of schedules. So when they come out in bunches. So blimps, says Marcus.
Yeah, another Batman animated series hallmark there with the airships in the background.
Yeah, and Chris's comment, that's a Jim Lee-esque kind of layout. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
Yeah, especially that left piece, those long.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even Jason sees it too. But yeah, no, perfect pick. And yep, Michael, I think deservedly so, gets got a lot of featured stuff before and today as well, because I think this was the other piece that you picked up by him, and a Bill Sienkiewicz. Man, it's now this is he's got it listed as an illustration, so I'm assuming it must be a commission. I mean, it looks so well done. I mean, it's hard to imagine that it wasn't published for something, but
Yeah,
who knows?
And it's not vintage. I think that's a 21 in the signature there. So, showing off that vintage quality work certainly, but a modern
The girls are back. Doggone it! Naked HD fun. Son of a gun.
They haunt us, Bill.
What is up with that? Man, I can't escape it.
Maybe that's a sign of success.
I guess so. Because it doesn't. It's funny, when it doesn't happen on this show more than anything else on the CAF update. I don't feel like I see it. Did it happen during Michael Finn? No, it didn't happen on Monday nor Tuesday. It's always this show. CAF's new sponsor. Oh man. But back to the Sienkiewicz. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a recent piece that feels like Bill was really he was really digging doing this one. If this was done in the last year and a half, just really well done. Feels like it could have been done 10, 12 years ago. Doggone it, they're back again.
Yeah, if it's possible to homage yourself, I mean, this is that's kind of what this feels like. But the reason I picked it is pretty simple. The design element of Moon Knight's cape, which is always sort of really a strong feature when Sienkiewicz works with him, is just so prominently featured in this and so well done. And you can easily envision trade dress up there, right?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Really cool. And maybe this was intended to be a cover at some point and it never got there.
Yeah, looking at it like that, you're right. Either he was intending it to be or he hopes it will be, right? I mean, which is of course entirely possible in this day and age. I mean, a lot of artists do cover quality work and then they just submit it to Marvel or DC and just say, hey, you might want to use this someday.
Hopefully for the commissioner they do.
Yes, exactly. Art thinks it's because we did calf cribs tonight. It's very sexy.
It was James's bunk.
It's all James' fault.
It was the music that was in that segment that drew him.
It's true. I was really trying to get some chicka.
That was very bound chicka wow wow.
Yeah, I was working on that. It took a long while just to find what I got, but yeah, that might have had something to do with it. Okay. Well, hopefully no more interruptions by the webcam. So next up, we've got a Mignola Conqueror Worm page from 2002.
Yeah, I picked this for the vintage. This is still when I think Mignola was doing his best work on Hellboy. and it's a crappy image, so I apologize for that. It's it's small, and I think it's a photo versus a scan, but I've said this several times, and I'll keep saying it. If you feature early 2000s, late 90s Mignola Hellboy, it's probably going to get picked by me. So,
right. I mean, yeah, same thing here. I mean, I love that period of his work, and a good pickup here, even without not a lot of Hellboy on it, but it has everything on it you want, right? I mean,
Yep.
it's a beautiful piece of art, and yeah, it's unfortunately Jason Glanz. Remember, since 2004, it's not premium, but I think Jason has been premium before. So, but yeah, it's too bad. I bet, just out of curiosity, how big that scan is. I bet you, gosh, it's so small. It's not even that, for non-premium members, we resized the art to 800 pixels tall. This piece is not even 800 pixels tall. It's 640 pixels tall.
yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
Well, my bad for having to include it, but I have a compulsion. So
Nothing wrong with that. It's a great page. All right, so Jimmy Lawrence here. This one is very, very cool. I like Michael Golden, and this one's really well done. I think it looked like he really enjoyed working on this Stormtrooper.
It's I mean, he's doing here what he does best, at least in my mind, which is he's got some technology to draw. He's got a rifle to draw. Being a Punisher fan, being a Golden Punisher fan, certainly those are two of the things that I think that he does best. Those Punisher Armory covers that he did and that kind of stuff were always a big hit with me. But I don't associate him with Star Wars. So I think the combo here was really cool and effective. And kind of like I said earlier, when Rich was doing his sketchbook flip and he got to that Hulk page, there's no question immediately, that this is Michael Golden, even though Stormtrooper's kind of generic, they all look the same. And we've seen a Stormtrooper a million times in our lives. This immediately reads as Golden. And I think that's a very cool thing to be able to get across.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, just trying to think what makes a golden piece. Looking at just like his line work here,
it's the hatching for sure.
The hatching, yeah, definitely, because you take that away and it could be anybody.
Yep.
But you put that in there, I mean, and it's just subtle. It's not like it's not overdone.
Nope.
But you see that
it's a signature element, to be sure.
Yep. Yeah. No, really, really nice. Oh, Jimmy Lawrence, congratulations, Jimmy, on that one. And hey, I have to pause for a moment and check this, because Mike Berkey always talks about these damn John Romita Jr. or John Romita Sr. sketchgraph cards going for buku bucks. And here is one featured on here. I mean, I have to know, is he lying to us? Because I don't pay attention to sketch cards at all. Holy cramoly, $730. Well, okay, then Berkey's not, unless Berkey's the one who's bidding on this.
It's not over either.
No, it's not, is it? 1 day and 16 hours. Holy God, that is just so hard to imagine. I mean, I am dumbfounded. I mean, I've bought a few sketch cards in my time, but I've never really followed that market at all. I'm just shocked. I always thought he might have been pulling our leg a little bit when he says they sell for, he always says they sell for what, like $650, $700. Well, shoot. There's one selling for over 730. Okay, well, that now I know he's not lying. Gosh. All right, moving right along. Mark Schultz next here, and this is in Malcolm Bourne's collection. Well, I love Malcolm's collection tremendously, and I know he's a huge Schultz fan. And this is a really, really nice piece.
There was a gorgeous bunch of good stuff in a Schultz drop that Flask coordinated, I think last week, or maybe it was the week before, but some really some stuff that was making me want to put a dent in my Heroes War chest, believe me. But
I missed out on that. How did I miss that?
I
on
I saw it on Instagram.
Oh, because
I could be wrong.
Maybe he
on the
didn't
mailing
promote
list
it in
too.
the mailing.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, a bunch of really terrific stuff. This was not part of it, but some pieces reminiscent of it. So love Mark Schultz. I mean, love this, really pulpy style that he works in, that honestly, I think he's the best one doing this nowadays. So But the rendering on everything is just flat out incredible. He goes balls to the walls on every single piece of this. Every square inch of this has, heart and soul and blood, sweat, and tears, and like everything that we've come to expect from Mark Schultz. And he just never disappoints. I mean, the composition here is unreal. It's so effective showcasing the human characters, but then at the same time, there's, plenty of room for some visual interest in the foreground and in the background. The dinos all look great. It's just prototypical Mark Schultz, which to me is awesome.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the depth of that. You look at the dinosaurs going back; they're kind of they're rendered darker to gradually lighter and lighter. The rocks in the back, I mean, are light, but he's put in all those heavy inks in the front, in the foreground with the two characters and that lizard. I mean, it's really well thought out. I mean, that sky, the way the sky and the clouds. I mean, that's just
it's so effectively layered.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's amazing. I love Schultz's work. I've never owned anything by him, but yeah, this is great. And as Hart mentioned in the chat, I mean, Malcolm really does have a great eye and a wonderful collection. So if you haven't spent any time in his CAF gallery, you should, because yeah, he's got one of my favorite galleries on the site. What we got here? Oh, let me get this over to that. Kyle Blackwell's CAF gallery.
In stark contrast, no pun intended. Well, pun intended, to the previous piece. Jorge Forna's here with a very, dark black, stark white, which is, again, kind of, what he's known for. But just, nothing not to like here. It's Batman how you want to see Batman. I think that's a really cool use of the bat signal, the beam of the bat signal cutting across, his shoulder and his cowl.
Yeah.
Just a cool, like, kind of theatrical lighting touch there. Just a really cool piece from a guy who's really exploding right now as an artist.
Nope, I agree. I've really enjoyed watching seeing his work appear on CAF, and this is a great example.
Kind of the stylistic inheritor of like Lark, or
I was going to say Lark as
JPL.
well.
Toth is here, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael Lark is one of my. I mean, I love everything Michael's ever worked on. He's just a fantastic talent. His page layouts are top notch. I mean, and he's such a nice guy too. I haven't seen him in a long time, but early on in my times going to San Diego or other places with Mark Hay, just getting the opportunity to hang out with Michael Lark was just like the highlight of some of those shows, because he's just so fun and down to earth, and has an interesting view of the world, and just really great guy to talk to.
That's cool. Yeah, and Jimbo Jones points out in the chat too, there's a definitely Chelly vibe. Yeah,
very true. And even Matt. Hey Matt, how's Vegas treating you? I'm jealous. I'm going to Vegas in late September, I believe. My friend Chris is going back for a conference, and he asked me to go. So hopefully we'll get a chance to hang out while I'm there. All right, got the like on that one. We got two more here from you, Chris. So let's take a look at this next one. It's you picked all small images this week, Chris.
Sorry, there was so much good stuff too. I could have been a little more, I guess, selective on the image quality.
That's all right. Too. This is a nice one.
This blew me away. I as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm definitely picking that. I'm not familiar with the artist, Vincenzo Riccardi. Guessing by the name that he's Italian, and I don't know if he works in Italian comics necessarily, but so this is not a sort of stereotypical death dealer image. Normally you get more either they lean way into Frazetta and it goes really painterly, or they go like insane like Bisley angle and it's really gory and that kind of stuff. But this had a really, I don't know, unique artistic quality to it, particularly with whatever's happening in the background. But I just really like the wash, the kind of painterly quality that this has in spite of being black and white. And the level of, the level of rendering and the detail that went into the Death Dealer figure itself, his cloak and everything is just amazing. So you can't see it here, but I recommend everybody go look at this. when they
Well, I
had a
did my
chance.
some quick research just so I could figure out more about him, and he's rep by Kirby's
okay.
Comic Art, at least at the time we put the bio together. So, as an Italian comic book artist, illustrator from Milan, worked as an artist and illustrator for several Italian and international publishers.
Okay.
So he's got work. He's worked with Boom, Image. So, all right, but yeah, very nice art here. All right, well, that's because I'm not familiar with. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful Psylocke. Wow, dang. All
So
right.
this Death Dealer, I mean, based on these images, is certainly in his stylistic wheelhouse, which is very
Yeah.
cool. I like that he, this is his take on Death Dealer, clearly.
Whew. This is in Michael Cho's CAF.
Spike Spiegel.
Man, look at that. Yeah, that's
Pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, this guy's got some skills. I'd never heard him before, but I'm glad you picked that.
Got some Simonson. The swirly action in the jacket there is very Simonson.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna set this tab aside. I'm gonna do some more research after the show. So let's see. I want to make sure I got I like that one. And this was in Matthew DeTulio's CAF gallery. All right, we've got one more here. Jeremy Maring's CAF gallery.
Yeah, I know very little about this character, about Phantom X, aside from I think Grant Morrison created him, and I know that he's based on a famous, Italian comics character. Look and feel wise, anyway. But everybody who's looked at my CAF gallery knows that I have a thing for gun-toting heroes, and he certainly fits that bill. So that kind of got me in the door. But then the fact that this is Alfredo Martinez Bueno, who I'm a huge fan of, really sealed the deal. I think this is a tremendous image. The foreshortening on those arms, you literally can't see his arms. That's how foreshortened they are. But I think that's a super effective technique, especially with how this, the narrow, tall layout that he put together. And then the fact that he, worked the graphic elements of his costume into be graphic elements of the piece, I think is awesome.
Yep. Nope. I agree on all those points. So, a very interesting piece. At first, it kind of threw me off by the way the hands were, but
but if you were looking at yourself in the camera right now, that's exactly
what right.
It
looks, yep. But at first I was like, whoa. And then, but I like the graphic quality, the ways, like you just said, the way you use the costume to kind of set the layout for the page, and use those as elements just to make it look even more interesting than it already is. I mean, the details in the hands and just the face that exposed through the mask is really all the extra detail you needed, and then he just relies on the shape of the costume and the way he decided to crop it to make everything else work. It's a really, really nicely done piece. But I'm not really. I'm gonna have to check out Alvaro's work. I guess I'm not as familiar with it as you are.
He's doing Nice House on the Lake for DC Black Label right now, and he's done a lot of work for DC prior. Great Spanish illustrator.
All right. Well, I'm going to check him out after the show. So let's switch cameras here and get my pick set up here. Going to take a minute because, again, got too many windows to go through. But, here we go. Now we're getting there. Just start off with the big one. Share that. There we go. Yeah, see if I can get the screen resized a little bit. So Barry Windsor Smith, we were talking about Barry Windsor Smith on the show with Comic Connect earlier, but not from this period of his work, of course. This is from Marvel Comics Presents 79. Just, heck, anything from these books are
right.
It's just so amazing. This is like peak Windsor Smith for me. If I could own something from this, I'd love to have something from his few runs, in Uncanny with Storm. I would love to have something from there. But man, this page is just flat out amazing. It just kills me.
because this is stuff I'll never get to own, but at least we get to see it.
Yep.
But yeah, everything about the layout on this, it's easier to kind of look at it smaller. Just two simple panels. I like the way the trees from the two panels just kind of married themselves together, even though they're completely different perspectives and places probably within the same tree. I liked it. It made, it kind of made me smile when I saw that.
Yeah.
And so as an element, I like that. And I just, it's funny. You've just got, Wolverine here in the snow, pretty much all by himself, and but he still made the layout just super interesting, whether it's the tree at the top or it's the brambles at the bottom, kind of pulling the page together really well. Just an excellent layout from, one of probably Barry's, most popular work, at least with Marvel.
Yeah, a seminal work for him for sure. And I think this panel on the right is, we've seen it since, 100 times. Like, this is kind of like immortal Barry Windsor Smith on this page.
Tim saying, take a look, Bill, something might be a current auction. I don't know. Did I screw something up? Did I put one up?
No. He's saying there's a page from this.
That there is a page from it. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I actually haven't gone through the whole the signature auction. I just haven't had time to really look at it. I popped onto it today just to see like what were the top prices, just out of curiosity. But what I can look, but I can't own. I'd love to. I would love to one day. I mean, the best I maybe could hope for might be like a pencil prelim, right? I mean, even then, can you imagine what a pencil prelim from something like this or something from Uncanny would fetch? I mean, even that. Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be out of my reach. So, but yeah,
I would be a Machine Man buyer if I thought that was attainable. But I know from recent auctions that's not attainable either.
Oh, so Tim's saying an Uncanny X-Men Barry Windsor Smith. I definitely have not seen that. All right, well, I will check that out after the show. And let's see. Ruben says this was a very wise purchase by Amir. Yes, and I didn't even mention Amir's name, did I? But Amir E has an amazing collection on CAF. You definitely should check it out. Only been a member since since for 2 years, but just an astounding collection. So check them out. And this was an easy one for me to pick and highlight as the show thumbnail for this week. I loved it when I saw it. This next piece is in Michael Lovitz's collection. I did not know Michael Lovitz was a Sandman fan, but saw this piece and let's see. This is it's from issue 8. It's by Dringenberg. Am I butchering that?
Nope. Got it.
Okay. I just liked everything about the page. I mean, I have read Sandman, everybody. It took me a while to get through it. I finished reading it really around the first of the year. So, but love this style in this piece. This is, let's see. Okay. You didn't write a whole lot about it. I may have had to fly back to London to pick this up, but glad to have one of these pages back in his collection. So had a fly to London. All right. Well, I'll have to get that story from Mr. Lovitz sometime. But yeah, great piece of history. Neil Gaiman, I mean, at his best, right? And this is just a really well done page.
Yeah, I think I think everybody's been through Sandman at least once, and I think Dringenberg is, I would say, one of my favorite Sandman artists. So it's not saying much because I don't love Sandman, but I always was a sucker for the white dialogue in the black word balloons. That was a cool gimmick. I never got tired of that. Agreed.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually on my monitor and still not paying attention to the screen. I'm too busy looking at the art. That's my fault. My fault. I have to separate the screens better, then I won't leave comments up for too long. All right. Well, I'm still going to talk to Lovitz about that.
That's the second low key Lindsay message on this show. It's kind of weird.
It is. All right. Let's see. Let me get okay. So this is from Javier Fernandez. I think this was an unused cover. This was an unused cover for Justice League. But I thought it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not a DC guy. I don't even care about the characters. I love the layout. I love the way the face on this one is all brought out from the blacks. I mean, it's the lighting on the character is great.
That's Brainiac.
I don't know any of them.
I'm helping.
Yeah, you know that I don't know anything, but the thing is, I just love this layout. I just love the differing sizes of the characters, the way they were presented. They're all kind of drawn a little bit differently than one another. I mean, even with Lisa Zipatone down here, even on her as well. So again, I just thought it was just a great designed cover, and
it looks like it's got a movie poster vibe.
It does kind of have that, but gosh, even looking at it now, I mean, I really just love the composition on it. It's just interesting. You know, you've got whatever that is on his forehead. You got the planets. I mean, you got these echoing effects with the way the layout's done and the different size of the characters. It's just so well done. I mean,
it does a good job of showcasing each individual member, which I think is cool and hard to do.
So Jason's helping me out with the characters.
No, he's not helping you out. He's trolling you.
He's trolling you? I have no idea. I have absolutely. Thank you, Jason. You're not going to get some of the $200 that Nick just contributed to the beer fund when we're in Heroes, since you're trolling me.
That's Cheetah, Luthor, Grodd, Sinestro, Brainiac, and then at the bottom there are these sort of like Black Manta-ish, like that's the headquarters.
I'm never picking DC art again.
Sorry. Didn't you ever watch Challenge of the Super Friends when you were a kid, Bill?
I really didn't like it.
Oh,
I tried.
Next.
Oh no, Chris Lutz is telling me they're Thundercats. I think you're all lying.
No, that's what JD was saying.
I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
James is in the doghouse. When he sends me his CAF Cribs video, I'm gonna do a little creative editing of it. There you go. Jason says, "Let's see X-Men art." All right, I'm gonna stick to the X-Men art just for that. So look what you made me do. This is in Mig's CAF gallery from one of my favorite Marvel artists, Bob McLeod. New Mutants graphic novel page here. This is a pure nostalgic pick because if you were an X fan back in the day and the New Mutants came out and that graphic novel, you bought it. The stories were really great, and Bob's art always. He never fails me as far as anything he ever does. It doesn't matter if it's a convention sketch or an interior page or work he's done on covers. I mean, Bob is just an amazing guy. And I talked with him at Megacon too, and he said he would be happy to come on the show sometime after the summer. And so I gave him my card. He gave me his card. We're definitely going to have him on the show, hopefully in September. But Bob's just one of the nicest guys around. I've always loved his work, and was so happy when he was the artist that was working on New Mutants. So total nostalgic pick on this one, but
great storytelling on this page though. And I always really liked Sunspot's character design because his character design is kind of like his power effect, which is a neat way to do it.
Yeah. No, this is great. I'd love to own this page. So yeah, Mike's got a couple early New Mutants pages that are by Bob, and they're just not quite what I want. But one of these days, I'll have a New Mutants piece in my collection. So, see, nobody can troll me on this one. I know my X characters, not Excalibur characters, but I know all the other X characters out there. All right, this is in John Butler's CAF gallery, and just amazing. Let's see, I did like that. All right, so this is of course by Jack Davis. Let me highlight this a little bit. I've picked a lot of artwork by Jack Davis in the past, but the title pages are always really fun, always very fun, and this one was just nice. Lots of grizzly characters, just as Jack does them well. I really liked this panel with the two characters and the ghoul in the window. So there's not enough of this art on CAF.
There's such fun, exaggerated characters, like the facial features always, especially with Jack Davis, are so over the top, and it just as soon as you're looking at something from this era for sure.
Yep, I agree. So that is a instant like for me. So John Butler, congratulations on that one. This one's a little out on left field for me, but because I don't think I've picked anything by Mateo before, but I really like this image. I really like his work a lot, but I've tended to kind of let you pick his work. Not But I mean, it's Marv from Sin City. I mean, this is just beautiful. I mean, I was looking at the brushwork. It's like dry. I assume it's a very dry brushy kind of technique in a lot of ways in some spots. But it's just beautiful. I mean, I love the fact that it isn't as contrasty as you like. I like the fact that it's very muted tones, and they all kind of still work together. It sort of makes you look a little bit harder at the piece to see all the detail in it. I mean, especially in
it's there.
It's it's totally there, and that's what I liked at first, because when I saw it as a thumbnail, it didn't look right, but it made me go and look at it to see. And I'm like, dang, it's really, really
the composition's good enough that gets you there to like drill in. I have a feeling this has got to look absolutely stunning in person, right?
Right. Oh, heck yeah. So yeah, this was an easy pick for me, finally. But because you didn't pick it, you did pick before me. I'm trying, man.
I wanted to pick this baby bad, believe me. But I told myself, you got your Sean Gordon Murphy in there and your Mike Mignola in there, so don't pick Matteo Scalera again.
Right. Well, I could see that. I'm, in a weird way, if you would have picked this along with Sean's piece, there would have been too much overlap in a weird way, and at least sort of the technique between the two guys right now. But no, this is I love this. Makes me want to get a piece by him as well.
Love it. And in looking at it now, I love that the mid-tone warm gray on his shirt. I mean, it reads as blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is just, oh man, yeah. The more I look at this, the more I like it.
And this is in let's see, Joe A or Joe Attila. Yeah, very nice pickup there by Joe. Now this is in Ted Latner's collection. It's a Liam Sharp. Now I can tell you I was not reading Hulk back at this period in time, but Robin Riggs was the inker on this piece. I just like the layout. I like the window in the background. I mean, you look at this piece, and I mean, it's just really well executed by Liam. I think this is when everybody started liking Liam's work a lot. I mean,
very cool.
I like his current style probably, a little bit more, but this piece just kind of stood out graphically. I mean, again, it just has a really nice quality to it. I guess it has like that Rob Liefeld kind of pose in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, it's from the era, right? For sure.
But it's not, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, it
No.
really, man, I mean, it feels metallic, when you look at that character. I mean, I don't need to know, what color the character, his costumes were or whatever. I mean, it just feels so darn cool. So yeah, I saw this one. This was one of the pieces that was kind of on the edge for me as far as a pick, but in the end, I wanted to add it in there just because I haven't picked too many things by Liam in the past, and this was definitely from a period where I, not as familiar with his work.
Really cool. Yeah. And kind of, did he, am I right or wrong when I say that he worked on some of the Marvel UK characters for a while?
I do believe that.
Death's Head, and yeah, this kind of has that feeling to me.
Oh, and see, I didn't even read it. I didn't realize this wasn't a cover. I kind of thought it was, and it wasn't. It's just a splash page. Okay. So there you have
Your
that.
composition for a splash page is very, very cover-esque.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just thought for sure it was a cover. All right. Well, congratulations to Ted on that pickup. All right, let's see. I've got 3 more pieces to go here. This one, the scan isn't fantastic. It's but it's a Gen X cover by Chris Bacallo and Mark Buckingham and Bocello. I'm sorry, Bocello. Ruben, I caught myself. But I just it's back to the whole. It's the composition is just so perfect. I mean, I almost don't care what's on there. It doesn't have to be a giant frog. It's just so well drawn, and the composition is great. And I love, who doesn't love almost everything that Chris does, right? But yeah, this thing is just really, really just it's gorgeous, and the composition.
It's like a fun kind of like genre bending image, with the toadstools and the big frog and the tree in the background. It's got a fantasy vibe to it, but it's a mutant title.
Yep. Nope. I agree. But yeah, I wish the scan had a little bit more contrast on it, but that's the only negative on this piece, because outside of that, yeah, this thing's it's just fantastic. I just love it.
Like a D&D book.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I love the style. I mean, like those leaves just having so little detail, and they just kind of stand out as stars. But they're, you know what I mean. Chris
Mhm.
has just a really unique approach to his visuals, and yeah, this is just
Yeah, and I think this is easily my favorite period in his work or his evolution.
hmm And let me make sure I got the right name right here. Skrilla1212, or sometimes, of course, they leave their name in there. Joe Patrol. At either rate, very nice piece. Glad to have it on Comic Art Fans.
It's a beauty.
And Matt says, I have Bocello tattooed on me. He's the bomb. I haven't gone that far yet, but I do love his work. All right. So this one, let's see. I want to make sure. Let's see. This guy's got his number all over the place. P4, 1981. That's his eBay ID as well. And he's from Canada. This is, let's see. It was
Ruben's secret identity.
Yes, this is his burner account. As we know, some people have burner accounts.
The implication being that there's one Canadian on CAF and it's Ruben. He's all of them.
I think there's a few more. There's got to be a few more. So this is by Ross Andrew and Al Milgram. You know, when I saw this page, I didn't think anything of it, and I kind of like skipped it over, and then I went back and looked at it again. I really love the perspective on this first panel. It's funny because it's just an interesting panel approach there, and I kind of liked it initially. I was going to pick this just because I like these three little panels.
Hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was neat, but then it was really when I saw this first panel, it's like, dang, that's pretty. The perspective on that is just not
extreme.
It's very extreme. It's very odd. And but I liked it, and it's cool. Andrew, and I think Andrew is one of Ruben's favorite Spider-Man artists. And what was this from? Giant Size Spider-Man 2. So, and inks by Al Milgram, who I really, really love Al Milgram's inks. So yeah, great piece here, and just simple. You know, to me, it's like from an era of Marvel that is my sweet spot as well. So, but not a nostalgia pick for me because I never really read Spider-Man growing up. That was that wasn't my title.
I have to I have to agree with Ruben though, because I think Ross Andrew, as far as especially when it comes to figural drawing, I mean, is really upper echelon of what Marvel had at this time.
No, I agree. I do like Andrew's work a lot. So congratulations, Mr. P4 1981. Very nice addition to your CAF gallery. And finally, I switch back over to DC again. I think I know who these two characters are, Batman and the Black Canary.
Good job.
But who's the art? Oh, Kitson and McCarthy. All right. So why did I pick this one? It's back to I really just love the composition of it. I like the fact that the page was jam packed with ink. I love the perspective on both characters. You know, one's going in their feet first, and Batman, he's like doing a stage dive practically. You know, his feet are up over his head, and he's going. They
kind of look like metalheads in the.
And you know, and what is the trope? You know, okay, this is me going to pick at DC just a little bit. It's like so many Batman scenes always have the big wall, wooden fence behind him all the time. It's like I could browse through and probably pick out another dozen images of Batman battling thugs, in a dark alley with a.
That's DC's bricks.
That's DC's bricks. Come on, DC. They're trying to beat. Yeah, the wood grain is much more detailed than a brick outline. Right. So, but isn't that true though? I mean, I feel like I've highlighted so many Batman images, and he's always fighting everybody in an alley.
I'm not sure I've noticed that, but I'm going to dig them out. Now that you mention it, I'll go look.
Next CAF update, I'm going to to
special segment.
Yes. Just on that, but
we'll call it Bill is bored with DC.
There was something about DC that never worked for me, and then maybe it was that. But again,
I hope that wasn't it.
Prime Alley, says Marcus. Gotham is under construction.
Yeah,
that's
probably being destroyed.
See, Nick's now Nick's trolling me saying it's the blonde canary. All right, fine. But anyway, so I really like the page a lot. The cityscape in the back. I mean, everything about it. I just really enjoyed this piece, and more so just because of the heavy detail, lots of ink on this one, and it was just a good action page. I just thought it was fun.
It is, yeah, and I really see what you're saying with the composition, because it's got weight. That Batman figure in particular, like you can feel him plowing into those guys, which is really cool.
Exactly. And it's funny, there's no action lines here at all, right? When you look at it, and there should be, right? And they're both swinging into action here, and the artist has kind of done this without really relying on any kind of motion lines, and that's just not normal. I mean, even he's punching that thug in the mouth. There should be blood flying out of there. There should be the motion lines around his face from the whiplash he just took. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's partially why I was attracted to this image. I mean, it's not normal comic fare, and now I'm beginning to think I understand why now. It's like, yeah, you could have drawn all these motion lines off of both characters and lots of different stuff, but none of that's here.
I think that was a little bit out of vogue at this time, which I understand. And I also don't really, that's not well, I can't say necessarily that it's not a Kitson thing. I mean, I've seen him use it certainly, but yeah, it's noticeable in its absence, right? But I think to your point, it's not needed here.
No, it's not. Marcus says DC has faster shutter speeds.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know what? I don't think I've ever picked anything by Kitson either. So I mean, I'm glad that I finally rectified that. That's
really liked him on Legion back in the day. Legion, not Legion of Superheroes. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is in Kareem El Rafe's collection. So congratulations on adding this awesome Shadow of the Bat page to your CAF gallery.
He's got some killer stuff in his gallery.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Man, well, I thought this was going to be a 3-hour show, and it almost was.
I could have gone faster. I'm sorry. I kind of laid into a couple of those pieces.
Chris, when we start talking, I have too much fun. There's no, I don't mind the time we take. It's the time leading up to it that I'm going to have to get better at managing. But yeah, no, this was this good round of picks this time. This was when I went back through after I did my 10. I probably could have picked a few other ones as well. I mean, this was a pretty decent week for people adding in stuff into their CAFs. I recently implemented the feature for people who were exhibitors. They're able to move all of their artwork back into CAF from their booth if they wanted to. So there was a lot of art to go through this past week. I mean, but fortunately, of course, it's easy to weed out the classified pieces, but yeah, it made this week a bit more challenging to get through for sure.
Yeah. Next week is an embarrassment of riches. I've already been like pre-scanning and people have just added some bangers this week. Next week's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, and now that we've got shows and a few other, the cons are back. We're having a lot of other buying opportunities are out there. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more. This whole summer is probably going to be really interesting for you and I picking artwork, because there's going to be a lot of great stuff posted all the time.
I don't think I've seen really stuff showing up from Como yet, but I haven't been paying close attention to the descriptions.
I saw Oranga posted some of the stuff he got. I saw Jason,
that's true. He had a great DK Ruin, yeah.
Yep. And I almost picked that one too, the cable. Yeah, that was a beautiful piece. Yeah. Jason Schachter, he had a few pieces as well that he posted.
Oh, okay.
I think I might have saw somebody else post some sketches. I can't remember who. But yeah, not a lot. Not a whole lot. But maybe they're all just having a good time in Italy still. They just didn't want to come home.
I spent a couple of weeks there a couple of years ago, and it was a lot of fun. I would go back for sure. Not at Como, unfortunately, but nope.
And Marcus, you're breaking my heart. So the Quitely Emma Frost sold. What did it end up appearing on CAF? Probably. Well, I knew I should have considered it. And
was it? I think he's talking about there was a piece at Comic Art Live.
Yes, there was. That was
yeah.
Doggone it! The Naked HD chicks are back.
They're back. They smell blood. Marcus's blood is in the water.
But yeah, that was a piece I had put into my saved list. Was the Quitely, but I wimped out because I thought the price was too high and didn't make an offer.
I stupidly didn't buy that Superman either, and it was up for a song. I'm still kicking myself.
Well, Chuck and Marcus have both said that the Quietly is out on CAF. Yep. Oh, well. But Chuck did mention here that Heritage did a good interview with Frank Miller about the Dark Knight cover. If anyone is interested, and it's on YouTube, I'll have to check that out. I don't think I follow Heritage's YouTube channel. I know they have one though, so I will. I'm gonna look for that. I'm making.
I saw some still photos of him, like eyeballing it up close and things like that, which was kind of cool.
Okay.
You wonder what's going through his head, whether it's Lynn Varley memories or that kind of stuff, or if it's good stuff, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Very, very true. All right, well, I'm going to check that out then. Oh, and I can tell everybody next week that I just saw that Derek WC's comment there. Maybe they have it quietly for you. But Derek is going to be the weekly flipper next week, just so everybody knows. I will have, I got his videos actually, probably about 10 days ago, but Rich got his in first. So I've kind of been trying to do them in the order I get them. So,
I know CAF Cribs is in its infancy, but I think the flip is my favorite news segment. I've been enjoying that a lot.
Yeah, the Cribs one, we'll have to kind of figure it out, because I think about it when I was my vision was because I didn't say this to James at all, and I probably should have. I should have said you got to have a picture of yourself in your space. And then let's kind of maybe video it.
James would be like, he'd be doing some of this action,
right? He'd
probably be like,
right. Exactly. Just like on his cover image for the amateur dueling dealer match, but
he's got the tricep pop going. Right? I know what he's.
I hope he's watching right now. He's probably.
I do too.
But that's kind of what I'm hoping it kind of evolves, because I'd like to see the person in the space as well as the space. That because that kind of gives you a little bit of perspective on them in the room. Maybe they have a glass of beer, glass of wine. I don't care what, but let's do that. And I don't care if they're all photographs at the end of the day. They don't have to be videos. I just think that just being able to show the spaces, the way we present our artwork,
can you get I'm spacing on the guy's name now, but he has so many damn, why can't I remember his name? Nick, big Submariner collector, but not Nick Barucci.
Nick Catratis.
Nick Catratis. Oh my God. It looks like his whole house is covered in art.
Yeah, his houses are probably covered in art.
Yeah. Good.
But Nick, yeah, I know Nick very well. I have asked him to be on the show. I mean, that was like a running joke for probably the first 6 months that we started doing Comic Art Live, because he doesn't have a webcam, and he's such an outgoing guy. I mean, if you know him, but he's just not wanted to appear on camera, and I don't know why. I mean, but I'll work with him. Maybe just doing the photographs would be interesting, because
that would be the most. I think it would have to be the most epic CAF Cribs, right?
I completely agree, because he's a big comic collector and art collector, and when you looked at photographs of his space, I mean, just the way he stores his comics in the same rooms that he has his art, you can see like he's got a lot of those short bins all over but it's all super immaculate and neat.
Right.
So. Yeah, all right.
I like Chuck Arnold's comment there.
Do it like Christopher Walken.
The Continental. That would be hysterical.
Okay. Rich says I have to do a Cribs video from Continuity with their gallery. You know what, Rich? That would be pretty cool. I would really be thrilled to be able to host something like that for them if you could do it. So see if they'd allow you to do that. I'd love to.
Yeah, that would be unreal.
Yeah. So anybody that wants to do a Cribs thing, please let me know. And photographs are just as good as doing video if you want to take that approach. Jason, you said that you can work on something for me after after your comments earlier. I don't know if that's what I want to do, but no, you should send it. Well, then I can edit it. But what do we got here?
Nick, we were talking about Nick Catratis.
Oh yeah, we're talking. Yeah, Nick Catratis. Although Nick, I'm sure that you've got. I know you've got a lot of your artwork framed. Not a lot. You have a percentage of your artwork framed. You have so much art. You could fill probably 20 homes, big homes. So we were just talking about CAF Cribs and showing off how people present their artwork. And Catratis has he's got several photos of the way he hangs the art in his house on stairwells,
It's very uniform. It's very, yeah.
I know. He must have somebody do it for him, because you can tell I can't hang art at all. But
he could probably pay somebody full time to. With the volume of stuff that he's clearly has in his house.
I'll talk with him again. I haven't asked him in over a year if he'd do a show with me, but again, he's such a nice guy. He's given me so much good advice over the years on collecting and just stuff. Even with Chip's Clubhouse, he was somebody I talked with early on about just some financial stuff I just wasn't quite up on, and yeah, he's always been a good friend of mine. So,
well, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are at that 2 hour and 50-minute mark, Chris. So I'm gonna
magical.
It is. It absolutely is. So, thank you as always. I appreciate your pick.
Thank you.
And I look forward to meeting you in person in 3 weeks.
It's imminent.
Along with so many other people. But yeah, thanks again. I mean, so you're pretty much it. I haven't talked to anybody about guest picking. Might as well throw it out there. If anybody wants to, at any time, they can be a guest art selector here on the show. 10 picks. That's all you got to do. It's a bit of work, though. I'll tell you. But
all you got to do is go through several hundred pages of CAF.
Exactly.
It's not a big deal.
Not a challenge at all. All right, man. I'll see you next week.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
See you. So yeah, fun show as always, and I like the CAF cribs thing. I think it's going to work out well. Matt from Pop Sequentialism, we will definitely work out the getting together in Vegas. My friend Chris texted me last week, so I don't really I can't recall the date, but I'll let you know what it is, so you can set one of those days aside. We can go out for dinner or something. That would be a lot of fun. And I don't know if your gallery is going to be set up by that time, or if maybe it already is, but I'd like to check that out too. We could film a little bit from there. That would be fun. So that's probably all I got for everybody tonight. So of course, thanks to Jiggy for helping me do the unboxing tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed that. And if you picked up a commission from him as well, thank you. It's always good to patronize these guys who take time out from their schedules to do stuff with me here on the channel. And a Vegas meetup, of course, Jeff, you got it. You got to be there too. I'll get both of you guys the schedule. Maybe I'll even do like an extra day, because my friend Chris, like I said, he's there for a conference, so he told me like these 3 days are when he's free. So maybe I'll even add like an extra day on to the trip, so I can just hang out with some art collectors as well. All right, well, that's got to be it for tonight again, and thanks to Heritage for deciding to support the show, and I appreciate them immensely for that. And because Jim Halperin from Heritage has always been one of my biggest fans, and I can't thank him enough for all the support he's given me over the years, and now he's supporting this stuff over here on these live streams. First person, you figure we've been doing this for 2 years, and nobody's thought that there were good opportunities to kind of do things here with me on here. Well, I guess a lot of people have, but it's just different when somebody wants to actually give you money to do it too. So at any rate, everybody, have a wonderful evening. And I don't have anything going on this weekend, so I'll see everybody on Monday, and that will be with Chuck Costas from Prop Store. We'll be previewing the artwork from their upcoming auction, which is later this month, June 21st through the 24th. And then I'll have Fish Bends on Tuesday, which is sure to be a lot of fun. The man who coined the phrase thigh gap, and who I feel easily could be a host of his own show on this channel if he ever saw fit to do it. Fish Benz is the man that could do all of those things. He's remarkable, and we'll see him on Tuesday. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and I will see you next week. And just enjoy your time. And if you're going to Pittsburgh Con, say hi to my friend Chad, because Chad has been a great help to me, and it's his birthday that weekend. And if you know who Chad is, he's the guy who did the he helped me out on the panels for the first 4 shows that we did on Comic Art Live. He's just been a really good friend. He did the first Mainframe Con, so he technically had the first major virtual con out there before we did our first Comic Art Live. That's how I met him. But a really great guy, and I haven't been able to. He's another person. I haven't been able to meet him in person, but he will be at Pittsburgh. You'll probably see him roaming around doing filming, because he does a lot of stuff and then puts it on his YouTube channel after the fact. But great guy. If you know him, say hi. All right, everybody, calling it a night. We'll see you later.